Or no, I had the be out to about Tiffy North. Make me a chill, the Obeto Amano, or friends of the Hanover catcher.
Inti Wayno was developed by when you have a team doing this?
I have a 40,000 man campaign team nationwide.
40,000?
Yep. And they are all delegates. Nationwide. Ground troops.
Yeah, because I find this really interesting.
Yeah. Nobody will beat me in this election.
31st January.
Nobody will beat me in this election. Nobody will beat me in this election.
Are you that confident?
There are 40,000 delegates here in Greater Accra. The 5 northern regions. The 5 northern, they are only 20. They are 26,000. Eastern region has 23,000. Ashanti has 38,000. Between Ashanti, Eastern, and Greater Accra, we're talking about 110,000 delegates, about 50% of the vote. No, I'm saying that this election is gone. It's gone. Nobody will beat me in this election.
I mean, meet you when I just remembered my last interview with you before elections 2024.
Yes.
Akunyoya na team that day now she suit. Now was saying about tie. And I think Greater Accra region constituencies never up for discussion. You were very confident.
No, I was on a PsyOps mission which I started in June 2022. You know, usually when the party is down, I do this. You know, so that was then. In this is not polls. Joy FM Asempa. Krachi omomuti ha ni wunim sa asomesi o we afa.
Yes.
Wunim say we afa. That is a profiling that we have done.
In the way, not just you waxing lyrical now be going.
Me see this is
the result of real work.
Constituency by constituency, person to person, everywhere, and we are clear in our mind what the delegates are going to do. There are people that we are now trying to get them to shift about 23,000 people. Undecided, right?
27.
Yes, 27,000. Above from Kakra.
Okay.
Above from. So there are people that we are working on to see where the shift is. Nothing will change in the next 6 weeks.
But Wono, you are, as far as presidential primaries are concerned, you are the new kid on the block. Unko Bida, or first time any. I mean,
but it's not an advantage. What could be that? It's not an advantage.
Oh, it should be. It was an advantage.
It's what is it?
Why engage with delegates, Neda? Which is a good thing for.
But then
it's,
no, it's not. The
interviews and what have you, all back and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online. The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Silence my enemies. You put a smile on my face, oh Lord, you have answered my prayers.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
You have answered my prayers. What's it in you?
might be leading NCS. Bringing the time is 35.5 minutes past 8 o'clock and pay Hot Digital Online UK in the morning section this and then whether no yakakra nedia betumi aka say yakakra munti bebre sadie but mu yakakra and chebeko Peace Power Sports na the Peace Power Sports ability for the then Friday morning social Friday na yakoyim yetitin 70 other major headlines I had bebro now ya share the Metropolitan News in the UK the Kemin Bennock say Wasaki, one of the senior members from the Conservative Party. Other issues on board. Now, see the breakdown of funds setting up Tamaklo Ambassador that led to a 10-year sentence. Now, Victor Smith, the ambassador to the United States of America, and so it was disclosed that Sednam Tamaklo Ationu was arrested by the U.S. Marshal on January 6, 2026. Victor Smith, ambassador to U.S. of A. and as a United States of America. And that we just said, Sednam Tamaklo, police for LPU4 action on the 6th of January. United States of America. The statement indicated that she is currently being held at the Nevada Southern Detention Center, located at 2190 East Mesquite Avenue. Say or waiting her day in court. Victor Smith has broken the silence. We don't know whether that is the fact of the matter. But in the meantime, you go Peace Power Sports now. The Peace Power Sponsor, but I pay Unity Link Financial Services Limited happen to be our proud sponsor all time, and then Unity Link 4 and so as Danny Ding na Unity Link say a banner say mobile money to all major networks in Nano, we are connected. Na cash pickup to 18 banks and all banks, bank deposit to all banks, and airtime top up, and we Unity Link Financial Services Limited and pay and so Chidom. Yakao said the Havings Mortgage Payment Plan, the Rehoboth Social Housing for a dying and we see Chinchirinchi or Ghana. Na opese wo to dying or Ghana no tuetwa ne kakanka kra. Na get say Rehoboth Social Housing for the Akradia Sunquin Abreyen. Enti yebetu ho anamon Danny den na monfre na muni Rehoboth funding komo. Na omwo anhihye pa ema a dying albeto. Now we treat you for the next 11 years. Say be a 2-bedroom, you $55,000. Now we deposit $5,000. Bank no be negotiation. Eco Bank. Now we here the proof of ID, a passport, Ghana card, employment contract, residency or work permit, and a recent passport picture, 3 most recent pay slips, and 1-year bank statement. You do all these validity requirements, will be needed. Na omuni wa yen hyehyɛ prekope na wetumi so ato dan ewo man Ghana ntia ne Rehoboth Social Housing for obe from ewo +44 791 737 6631 +44 791 737 6631 yenko na for Peace Power Sports in Braiba yebeto aso 38 after 8
for my guys bebo kono na ne bakuma ketwa bako haniti ede Maximilian
the news, the interviews and what have you all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Loan oko the model eko so ani a AC Milan option to buy. They say, and no any ababe pima fa Zlatan Ibrahimovic Brakadabra and the Bakuma and the Tede Maximilian Ibrahimovic one. And then some edema etie for Federico Chiesa, a Liverpool Abrantia striker of Italy. Report Bani say potential move be eba Abrantian and slot and Shada in Yadano Emperor and Supono Onimpo and Nanu Sevi Papa and Kensanka Paparia Pamno Crada Dada. Nanso Oyino every Helmuno, Wamani Bimo. You've Bobo Kone wo Italy to win a whole and ababeto jasa masha see Liverpool edim koba one more hen Mr. Brandt on bet me asonumu no ababe piemu terrace ruano no abo ediamamo na terrace ruano ano and ababeto jasa AC Milan any Roma Bobo Kono omani abre womo say Manchester United defender the Harry Maguire wɔn enya no a ebetumi abɔ to Milan ɛne Roma boboko no ɛpa branti Manchester United boboko no asɔyɛ ɛna no pɛ yetu na Nottingham Forest ɛwɔ defender bi adi din ɛde Moriro ne mɔdibɔ no yade ɛsɔ ani ne ho ɔden bɔ no so di mpɔ wɔn kyerɛ sɛ wɔyɛ potential replacement ɛde ma Harry Maguire kopiem sɛ ɔkɔ Milan anaasɛ Roma Celtic boboko no ɛna wɔn ahyɛseɛ ɛne West Ham United ɛdi nkɔbɔ wɔn ɛkyerɛ sɛ abranti adi de Callum Wilson ne mɔdibɔ no ɛsɔ ani striker wɔn enya no a ebetumi abɔ Bayern Munich nso ɛto anamɔ na report ɛbɛnie wɔn ɛkyerɛ sɛ Bruno Fernandes ɔsan yɛ ɛde Manchester United no wɔn enya no a Portugal ni abranteɛ ɛbɛboɔ mo ɛwɔ mfimfini ama nneɛma nso ɛtumi akɔnkan ɛwɔ Manchester United ɛna wɔn abawura wɔn kyerɛ sɛ ne wɔn caretaker head coach Michael Carrick a wɔn ɛhwɛ no wɔn ɛsan Middlesbrough wɔn ɛkyerɛ sɛ Hayden Hackney wɔn ɛba bɛsa abranteɛ no ɛtumi ɛde n'aba abawura mu ama nneɛma nso ɛtumi akɔnkan reporter ɛba ɛnso ɛno no Chelsea ɛna wɔn kyerɛ sɛ wɔn pɛ Bournemouth ɛna afei Argentina defender de yɛde Marcos Senesi 28 years of age na wɔn nya abranteɛ na nneɛma bɛtumi akɔnkan deɛ ma Chelsea ama nneɛma nso ɛtumi akɔnkan Nottingham Forest ɛna nei wɔn ani abere ɛwɔ Sanche Inter Milan Napoli Fiorentina wɔn nyinaa ɛyɛ contender wɔn kyerɛ sɛ ampa Milan ababeto dwa sɛ Roma ɛyi wɔn ti deɛ nanso Harry Maguire wɔn gye di tum sɛ wɔn nya no ɛbɛboa ama nneɛma nso ɛtumi akɔnkan Carlos Baleba ɛna Manchester United for abɛwura mu wɔ Brighton Hove Albion a ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔkɔ pie mu nso ɛhɔ ana afei France aberanteɛ Jean-Philippe Mateta Crystal Palace for striker Juventus for pɛ sɛ ɔmokɔfa no na ɔmde no bɛreplace Serbia striker ne din ɛde Dusan Vlahovic
after Yanka matches are Enroy to Europe Abrichimamo, results at top from the German Bundesliga, Ausbeck Etinafie and Union Berlin Ecotea, Ubiasha Yanko Eka Bako, Italian Serie A, also Verona 2, Bologna 3, Como 1, AC Milan 3, and on a results if Italy by and Raya, the Honsem, Toyan Etiafuanim, after Spain Copa del Rey 2 matches, and so Ebaso and Ray, Dia Bogos FC Etinafie Valencia, Ecobono Ecamiono, Womo Antimian. Racing Santander, Omonso Tinafirma FC Barcelona, Equacho Muchomo, Camionua, Santander, Antimiante, and also results at Timmy Ebepiemo. After Yansha matches at Airbus Europe, Abrichimemo, now watching every year. Yen France, Yen France, Italy, Serie A, Pisa, Everton, Fieni, Atlanta, Edia Shas, Udinese, and Soeton and Sam, Edia Fre, Inter Milan, Napoli, Airbo, Sassuolo, Cagliari, and Juventus, Ebebo, Parma, Ebebo, Genoa, Bologna, and Fiorentina, Torino, Airton and Sadia Fre, AS Roma, AC Milan, and Lecce, Airbo, Cremonese, Ebebo, Verona, Lazio, Wamonso, and Edia Como, Edia Shaso, now Lazio, Nicomo game on, a game out to Zumba, Papa, German Bundesliga. With the Bremen at Nafie in Frankfurt, and so at the Shaso Dortmund Airbus St. Pauli, FC Cologne Mainz Ebebo, Hamburger SV, NFA Mönchengladbach Airball, Hoffenheim Airball Leverkusen, Wolfsburg and Heidenheim, Leipzig Airball Bayern Munich, Stuttgart Nafe Union Berlin Nafe, Augsburg and Swatinafie and Freiburg at the Shaso Honsem, to your tier for him. Afraid when it's England which memoir Premiership matches A Toja, na Memeneda Manchester Derby no Basso our Old Trafford, Manchester United, Airport Manchester City, and no everyone per Chelsea, Burton and Sadia Fred Brentford, Leeds, any Fulham Ebebo, Liverpool, Airport Burnley, Sunderland, any Crystal Palace na Airport, Tottenham Bebo, West Ham United, Nottingham Forest, any Arsenal, the Gunners, and so Eddie Manchester Wolves, NFA Newcastle United, Aston Villa, Burton and Sadia Fred Everton, NFA Brighton, and so at Nefie, Burton and Sadia Fred Bournemouth, Edehonsem, for him, yet all the way nature Spain Abrichimemo La Liga. Weekend matching so a to the Espanyol, to the Sadia Fred Girona, Real Madrid Airport Levante, Mallorca, and Athletic Bilbao, and Airport Osasuna, and Real Oviedo, Betis Airport Villarreal, Getafe, and Valencia, Bebo Atletico Madrid, Everton and Sadia Fred Deportivo Alaves, Celta Vigo, Rayo Vallecano, Real Sociedad, Barcelona, Nafe Elche, almost what in a fear were coming Sevilla, the Honsem, to a tier for name. Now, do you want to check Confederation of African Football and African Women Championship by Airbus Morocco no and penny 14 kwaye draw na Black Queens of Ghana I qualify Kusia kindly be na Ghana group dia yene Cameroon, Mali na Cape Verde, and airball, and then Wafcon airball so Morocco, Ghana Group D, yene Cameroon, Mali, Cape Verde, and a bit Meshia, and the games no Aisha so na Confederation of African Football CAF President, Dr. Patrice Musepe, Dronasanom, what in some to just say, and who been here say women's football, your team develop na Econ can you pan, you bet me so develop and who been here, say a mana Asia canon, you bet your Mokaye, Ghana Basso or Bagana no, or shall no market to create good women's football developer party, the near team Yasunte, who been here say, countries I can and share said a ma Asia canon, you bet your mocha equanim.
Or a young male football player. So we have a clear understanding that the salaries, the prize money, what we pay our players, our women players on the continent must be competitive, deep commitment. It may not, there are commercial challenges, we understand it, but we invest. And that's why I'm very proud of what my first vice president is doing, Fauzi Lekja, here. And I was so proud when I was in Ghana to see what you are doing. Where's Wallace?
We and Sama CAF President Dr. Patrice Musepe wanted to get on cemetery for him and Anope.
Jeffrey on Ayafani and Chemu, our Ghana Premier League, no emo, and at 3:30 p.m. Our investor of Ghana Sports Stadium, House of Folk, and it dreams FC, and a day of Brenny, a matcha, and no about the Maswood, Titi Dramani, a head coach. And my so folk watch say Omnivich Dreams Eshano, Homoshomo Kabako First League na oferto sumi no second league na beba so a Oma pick Lexus and as addition dey a few omo previous game a omo ebo the challenges awoto na fe no mo eba be hwemo sa respect omo opponent na nam say omo je team so omo so betumi age Ghana league no mo bo no nanso ni nyam no wo ma yen hihye Didi Dramani.
I think that we pick the lessons from our previous games, and always our previous games are a strong antidote to our coming games. We look at the challenges that we envisage in those games. We look at the lining parts of those games, and then we also consolidate our strengths. And so we will still continue to keep our identity in terms of our strengths. And then the challenges that we had in those games are what we have been working on. And also, we also have to think about the strengths of our opponents, because we acknowledge that they are a very force to reckon with when it comes to the league. And so we will respect that, and then we will stick to our strengths, and then we will want to still compete, and then compete to win at the end of the day.
Peace FM.
Masoud Didi Dramani, head coach, House of Ognatin, Kanonwachi, and all Chesa, our sons and free. And the money players, ahead of the crucial game, and Domin Menevia, 3:30 or Investor of Ghana, Ligo Pramaso, Yentino.
I think that the key aspect is making the right decisions in very key moments of the game. You know, there are very decisive moments of the game, especially the way we set up our team. And so those key moments, we want to improve on our decision making. And we have been working so importantly in terms of the cues that will lead us to be able to improve in terms of making right decisions in very decisive moments of the game. Because the game of football is a game of moments. There will be moments when you have to sacrifice, you have to concentrate, and then you have to play collectively as a team, especially when we don't have the ball. And these are moments when you have to keep your concentration.
Masoud Didi Dramani and Tene Kanian Kupra match Meminda China matcha Etofano Vision FC any Mediama and the Elponi Bibiani Gold Stars and Kumasa Santiago Kwabebo Kwesiada matches Etofia Bekum Chelsea in Swedro Oblast the Black Magician Ozi Oza Heart of Lion Ewo Panto one more any 11 wonders and the Elponi Holy Stars and Bechem United Ebebo Carolina United versus Samates Young Apostles and Hokwa United Eddie Ebweni Nations FC and Aduana Stars and so able to me Eddie Abweni the Tende Ewo and no any Shisha Pedifo to me aye na transfer no ena etumi window no ekrosi ye na mi ekase abatamu abelong to Asante Koroko Samosekufor enso ekwa Aduana Stars from Nations FC Abdul Rahman enso efimediama free transfer eno de eko Stephen Deyu enso Hokwa United free transfer and Kumi Francis eko Young Apostles from Paul City Ali to Mohammed Echo Vision FC also free transfer no call Alex Eso and so Nations FC and we free no de call Frank Arere and Swedro Oblast also free ho Echo Levy Wonders.
Yeka transfers and some say the striker Albert Amwa was also returned to Kumasi as Sunday Kodokono Peace Power Sports. The communication director the man Kumasi as Sunday Kodoko lawyer Safuduku Edin Komoni Ebusane say Obetima confirm say no cre say striker Albert Amwa was also balloon our Kumasi as Sunday Kodokwana.
Could Kazim Duto or in a Juma, our management is adding full support, Manu. Said Yedika Kano. Only will be a order. Yes, I can confirm it. As at the close of the second registration deadline, Kotoko was able to strike a deal with the Libyan side on a 6-month loan for the return of Albert Amwa. Indeed, Siamuka said Albert is on his way back to Asante Kotoko.
Well, Rebecca said, I don't call Libyan and normal and work him and the way and you expect Yana.
Oh, that because I said, we the player, that would be able to player now, ordinary column, I'm not bad, Majlis, and Nadia intense cry. Even Ghanaian class players will be Biaka. And see a club no a decision. Only name the Omoye, the almost expected free Albert to her, and the almost woman in the best opportunity in Bayern. Because of more Enkuta Hundi Papa, Koswa, Fida, the Albert Mauntino. They gave us the first option. And I also know, you know the Albert, a Bayer Kotokonti. Now, Ibuswa, you're strengthening it, team. And Temnoana, ye did because Albert, when he has said, obey justified, some of back to Kotoko.
And no watching your Gusa lawyer Safuduku said, Yantias and coach Abdul Karim Zito, among Phobicas and the Moneyball and Conquer in Kebeya, among Sakiron, as head coach Edema Kumasi as Sandekonoko. Now, lawyer, now the Emusa say, Coach Abdul Karim Zito, ni freight, our Kodokono, at the same.
Could Karim Zito or in a Juma, our management is adding full support, Manu. Said Yedika Kano. Only will be a order with Juma, so he's not sleeping on the job. He's a hard-working coach or in a Juma. Support to be answered here, be answered here, man. Unfortunately, the expectation, any that of management, Nipkoto supporters in Ano, intimate MET, and then I worry to all of us. Edimono Casino, and I'm not be associated to be a series of engagements. Players is your more the technical team no medical. And when the India Kotoko by now, Nanki expected say Nigano, ye Denimukra, Yeko, and then I'm a Muntia Mayina, worried. But measures they did to quite money at the end say, and Yama Bessan. But for now, on the job, is safe. Kotoko, Yan Rashi say, and Yama be a previously Akoswa and Sia, Niasa, repeating Emma.
We and some director of communications Kumasi and Sunday Kodoko Safuduku escorted to the
news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Odds Digital Online.
Now, Brent and Bekoswesi Academy Sunday Kodoko.
And also, the Caribbean himself, Minoka say, offer beer and what that table, even your consider say, you have a ton and I see a ton. It is also in a buy no dear, and then a
na more to Pobi says, and when you offer mobile release Samba Manako.
Oh, and dear, say, in your offer, na a hundred. Am I in a Romanako because the name Kankono, and yet likely say Samba was soon Kotoko, Ayajuma. In fact, if you are a dear dancer, even though ye boy home didn't say, Obesani at was Wayajuma, but play and also on the right. Now, you heard the name of Kona, you whom say Brantano on to us any Kotoko and Yajuma. And this offer Biba, and I say, you do my money contract, no, I ran out now. Free. Did say offer balance in a tier once or qua, not to be a familiar and the
Peace FM.
Lawyer Safuduku Ekasa de Makumasi and Sunday Kodoko say, the Adundia Dia Sambo near Betuaso, and the Sunday Kodoko, I had you maybe a hon seminal to an him and ne ano pay.
It was the end of
the crowd of
so bo now, oh bono. Oh, here. I can't deal with so. It's our time of money, German as a best. And only be a honor, mean to me in Asumum, but said this Ikaka Kondi.
Confirm said, the Adundia. I brand no money you may be.
5,000 enough for 5,000 cedis.
Dollars.
Yeah, sorry, so Rosemont or the about
the news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Odds Digital Online.
I do not and I will not subscribe to anything tendencies of LGBTQ. And secondly, I'm also speaking as a member or if like a former PRO to the Ministry of Education with a bit of an understanding as to how curriculum issues and development works in terms of using it as a pedagogy to go and teach our kids. Na naka former community they di kind no omo di kind I withdraw sadia no ye kind no omo so omo withdraw say printed documents na omo print in 2025 nanka omo di akushe mu kwa say ye mana de no. And mind you, Kwame, it cannot be a mistake. It can never be a mistake. It can never be a mistake. Say the akushe
because what I know ni say obia prepare bibia for that pedagogical issues reasons. What we do ni say as the ma committee be mommy proofreading of the content or sa manual no or whatever no. Na mu nyina mu wia eno kwanye nipa ba ko na be yo na mu wia masa gbachire mu wia ya ko hu meeting ma obia be review ana bibia adi akire enti etimi masa obi di be hyem wo bra obi nim.
Coming, absolutely. And in fact, ukoshe document nankasa acknowledgement, it acknowledges the input of certain people. It acknowledges, and the book will be I won't say a true book will be anwa. Acknowledgement almost a boy abaso will you media would be or boy abaso how he proofread it or boy abaso when input or make here. In fact, the technical committee that even worked on it is in that book. So how can anybody come and convince me that it was a mistake as the NACAM CEO is making us believe?
Because the already appendices now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Some money now. Na Kwame, Obinya Naka CEO no beka cho say, oh, ya withdraw again na Kwame. Adiena wa print no, nya Ghana sika na de print here. Haven't you caused financial loss to the state? So if minority yakase any sadia adwuma na wo ye no kra won tia say, it means you are not competent enough to be the CEO for Naka. And if adwuma to wa send minority for Nkabone. The Attorney General, if he is an Attorney General worth of his sort, should also be interested in how much has been lost because of the printing of these manuals. Because manuals, one withdraw into me use the Attorney General, of course, may not be interested because you're Attorney General on the 60-40. NDC for say we are filing only prosecutor. Now President Mahama also appointed Biasaka. They will not allow them to go through the proper justice processes. And so I will not be surprised that the NACA CEO will not be hauled before the court and will not be investigated as to how he caused financial loss to the state. I will not be surprised at all. But the minority who say the political will of the NDC say you have passed the LGBTQ plus law no. Anyhow, given to the America sir, Kwame, 2024, President Mahama called here in West Kushia, a software be commercial software. In fact, Prophet Ebenezer Dakwa Yadom on the board of closing prayer. At the time, President Mahama, I promise you one more say, oh, no opportunity so may with the speed of light. Obey sure say, you pass the LGBTQ and Rano. My name Reverend Tim Fojo and some other members, and you know I can't who and by way of a private members bill as laid out in the standing orders of Parliament, and yenya botre, and yes, I dem run as I call Parliament. Share what them rather call Parliament by way of a private members bill because for me the normal route I pass them now Kuma as a bino at them run through the AG and I say through the sector minister no at them run up Parliament. That is the normal way I pass them now. But there is a certain leeway for members of Parliament, a group of people who are members of Parliament, or a committee of Parliament, able to meet them by way of a private members bill. What the private members bill by Parliament, it means that number one, the Speaker of Parliament must have agreed to it. It means that the Clerk of Parliament must have agreed to it. To say, Speaker of Parliament at here. To say, Clerk of Parliament what here. To say, the legislative draftman will be a trust from Rama or Parliament. On also ashim at Yasef will say, Mrana, we perceive the bano, a cure a certain mischief Just say there's a certain lacuna. To could be the baby, and Mra, what can Hina into me a day, and for failure, and I say into me, young Wojuma, into Yamra a day bano, legislative draft ban or parliament is what shape will say, and pack the criminal code I want. That criminal code, no, and said that and share a LGBTQs and 7 any one woman in a year. Into no, and also boy 18 team and Brandon de Maye, and yet go parliament, Emma, or that paper a capture. Can you imagine, say, 24 hours later, majority leader, who is the leader of government business, Honorable Yarika Ekache of Parliament, said, Nasem Nano Kwaya Pasha, we entered near the Ashim, to some ye free. The power of their majority, or me free other people, or say, Ya Pasha, we. Now, there, Ya Pasha, we, the other name, President and signing. President Zuko the Ghana Catholic Bishop Conference, or say Nano, Yam Passe. It died with the 8th Parliament. So the 8th Parliament, you know, Yam Passe, in the Yansan from Manima Parliament, then Parliament Passe we are Obersigning. Kwame, Chef, NDC, any John Dramani Mahama. There's no political will to pass the LGBTQ. Or when your mother is not passing the LGBTQ plus in Rano, it depends. 2025, I sat in Parliament throughout. In that session, when you say you pass agent bills of 33, you pass no under certificate of agency. Just say so within a day or two, you pass him rano. 33 of them, the whole of 2025. Say oh pass a bill under a certificate of agency. Say so. I just say man who here. I just say opeso the BB. Say the EPC the bokrono, the EPC the Ghana for Husika. I know the passing in term. Go and check all the 33 bills I passed under certificate of agency. There was no expression of the LGBTQ plus bill. It tells you that government is not interested. They have the biggest majority. LGBTQ plus bill no. So President Mahama and Ibrepa 1 day tomorrow. But 33 bills not pass here no. And can who be? Ghana Sports Fund Bill under certificate of agency. Mo piska dia call work up. The bill be chubu pa normally call Ghana scholarship secretariat under certificate of agency. The be a chubu be nyska dia member full soldiers omo dia kokwa butchery pa yabo gold board under certificate of agency. Just say 33 of them. And then LGBTQ no the ain't here or more. Even see them go through the normal processes and so almost there be more than a certificate of agency. You go through the proper processes and also there be more you free. See they should come and tell the people of Ghana what is their real stance as far as LGBTQ plus are concerned. It is not enough for my education minister Honorable Harry Nedusu to tell us that any definition of sex, sexual rights and what have you should not have tendencies of LGBTQ. It is not enough. Just come to Parliament, help the majority leader and the majority caucus to introduce the bill and let us pass it under a certificate of agency. I am a member of the members of Parliament, the private members bill no call but they are not allowing us pass the LGBTQ plus. Into the name on the summer ya no more than for now 4 years now no man yadiano. Meanwhile, how much that Ghana for? You knew that your stance at the time is the stance that you have today. There's more politicizing. More politicizing, and near the two be now. And you're still lying about it. The Christian Council is quiet, Kwame. The Ghana Catholic Bishops Conference are quiet. The Presbyterian Conference are quiet. The Methodist Conference is also quiet. The Muslim Conference is quiet. The CSOs are quiet. The media, like Newsfile, that triggered an investigation into the delay of the passage of the LGBTQ. Newsfile is quiet. Samson Ladi is quiet. The whole crew of the Joy FM, they are quiet. They are not speaking like they spoke in 2024. my brain to me. Are we a bunch of hypocrites? Are we a bunch of hypocrites? I'm only asking. Are we a bunch of hypocrites?
Okay, FM.
At the end of our just 2024 year, our money say it is a state of emergency. We need to pass it today. 2 years on, and then in a state of emergency view, we are quiet. And that is the position of the minority, that we are calling on well-meaning Ghanaians. The voices that were loud in 2024, those voices should rise up again and speak.
Honorable, you better Spania saying and Pamania. Sending them Tamakros, yet Nabo, yet a neighbor.
Kwame, when you say the Attorney General sat on news file on the 10th of January, our address is Ghana for about the prosecutions that he is embarking on. Do you know, sir, he spoke about the detention of Kenneth Oforiatta. According to the statements of Ambassador Smith in U.S., Ambassador Smith says that Ferdinand Tamaklu was arrested and detained on the 6th of January. Kwame, and this is one kind of crew. Is the Attorney General telling us that he was not aware of the detention of Ferdinand Tamaklu?
Hey, are you aware, but a person was subject to some verification? People say, I'm pa. The one can't say anything.
What verification? They now say Kenneth Oforiatta. And need 24 hours. And a Ghana for 9 hours through the 4 years.
It's a BOB.
Kwame, it is not true. Both of them have been detained. And not to make us say 4 days on, Yakiubi a detainee, a Ghanaian national. We have a consulate in the U.S. The consulate in the U.S., led by Ambassador Smith, has been away from 6th of January. He is the president's representative in the United States. The president's representative in the United States, as an means that the president of the Republic of Ghana must have also been aware from the 6th or 7th of January. Over news for attack and Oforiatta because or not the party me. Or not to me and come once a month until today. And then I can once a month work. The third change said the accomplice, because remember, Ferdinand Tamaklu was not only jailed alone, she was jailed in concert with other people. In fact, one of them, I actually know, for 1.5 years, and we are for granting the bill. You're granting the bill here now. Yama Tamaklu, Yamagana Fonson was that Tamaklu has been detained. Now, what did you hear Tamaklu? You didn't do Ghana, Governor for them. What did you hear Governor for them? I am telling you that I'm money for them. You better granting amnesty quickly. You better file an appeal. You file an appeal now. You are granting the bill. Then ended the budget. Why? Were we not in this country when people were
because I deputy no. Said this week, I said last week, and I want also Supreme Court amano bail of 500,000.
Absolutely. Now the one of the Kevin Kelly. What is the man with them? Kevin Kelly will be a high court. As you show, some more judgment I show. What is the Juma among the Supreme Court? But to me, Roman will be a real one who has a children.
But me and you know, sir. Me and you know, sir, is the apex court of the land. Until the Omobekano, that is the law, and that is judgment. I don't know.
But you can always disagree as a lawyer. Sure. I can also have my own disagreement with the law.
Mm-hmm.
I am not attacking the integrity of anybody. I am only saying, say, what is the Juma with them? Obia, ya court akase. Utu Ghana, or see a chow. Or Fakutuka, the Bagana. The realm, Yanchino. But die, now would say, accordingly, the due date the man of Supreme Court obi anche no eko Supreme Court ama Supreme Court the clear no obeko Supreme Court dey kai adwuma no necessary Kevin Taylor baako the omodi aye certain deputy for the mama the bill obi aye sentence no the man the bill no problem certain some of the man amnesty the fairly appeal and the man the bill
Honorable, when you say be an a bail pending appeal and
yes, a bill pending appeal, I agree, but I'm just saying that even in the law there is a certain time frame that you can, as it were, file an appeal but all the others are that time frame no upon one as empower upon one there was there an extension, and what was the purposes are what they file for the extension for an appeal?
Because my understanding is you say after 6 months no woman a wua won't mean appeal.
Yes, but the law also allows for an extension of time. You can file for an extension of time.
Okay.
But that extension of time, no, you should swear in affidavit and give in proper and cogent reason as to why you were not within time. If an organization or lawyer for, and then a lawyer for the more than 6 months. And do a catch say, oh, lawyer, and I said, no, I said, no, or lawyer, no, when you are, and I said, yes.
Of your own fa.
And you must say, that is, you must have a strong agree. So, President Mahama good well. Meaning, you can see the media is also supporting that. But it's unfortunate. And the normal, of course, on what basis now? And nobody, the government spokesperson of President Mahama, like I said, regional organizers, they were Ghana in Ano. They are presidential status. Regional organizers, they were Ghana, NDC regional organizers. They are presidential status. Do you know what that means? I just as ministers. Among deputy regional ministers, but look at what they've done. Regional organizers, you will be a presidential staffer. And so you're still in government. What to put Ghana for it? That diet. You know who you are. But I will say, you will be 9 years. By the time I don't know, it will be too late. What can I say? 12-member economy group of performing debates. They know the economy will start failing, and they just want to decide what after person, because after person is their candidate for president. So that if there's any blame, you will put it on the committee. Because the food Ghanaians are certain. At the end of the year, and sustainable. So it's sustainable, the day of reckoning will come. When the day of reckoning comes, they want to make sure say the baby after force and since. So I said, after force is me, you are any year, 1 year. You go for economy in the buyer, okay? Economic group in the buyer. She'll go for my performance. You go for buyer. I know when I'm managing Africa, I didn't day. I'm considering so it has nothing to do with after force.
A mere conjecture now.
It is not. It will come. Right, 2024, you can't come to President Mahama about LGBTQ plus, won't you mean sign, won't you mean party? They told us that we were lying. Okay, so they in government. We told the people of Ghana so boy. Because LGBTQ and some of your classes won't you mean, no kind of young say books to say, young say, your man. How a member of Bema Beda. It is not a conjecture. It is a proper, rebuttable conclusion that I can have because I have been in government before and I know how these things work. Unless you are able to prove me wrong, it is a rebuttable presumption that I can conclude and say, my presumption is true. And I'm telling you today, when the economy starts to fall and others start to fail, they will come and tell us that it is not possible because more candidates are so good to say
but so no one can swap a president. What are you?
Oh, I'm going to
And I am one candidate and you have to force your Dicofesi, Chabazir in Katia.
No President Mahama candidate. What I said in Katia is two principles. I said in Katia to me, Katasumu Mwasu. Don't know. I said in Katia Brabra or party. And then Mujai, I said in Katia Brava press. I would was a free opposition. So this is team share. Lusu Pasa, so I'm not a problem. And what baby you. And then the Nasi and the Tamon supporter.
Mamma was honorable. Listen, I say, honorable Vincent.
The news.
MP for Tafu constituency. Now,
Hot Digital Online is celebrating 20 years of compelling content. We birthed a dream 20 years ago, and today we are here with you celebrating. It's 20 years of bringing you relevant news, the eye-catching stories, 20 years of entertainment, 20 years of growing together with you. We say thank you for sharing our journey with us for 20 years. We share our brand promise with you by continuing to bring you quality Ghanaian content. Wake up with Hot Digital Online every day because it's 20 years of compelling radio. You are listening to Hot Digital Online, celebrating 20 years.
Rehoboth Havens. Biaya Emawa Quenya, Mawone Wabusia nya setnapa. Esaya dine papa, nebo shasi free $55,000 per. Rehoboth Havens adaya ya nwene ni ye esi ayi mensa damfa enya biaya ya tenakeke eya biaya emawa hotoswo ne bambo fano se wote mantemu a ahobambo shonko eni je biaye ni asumdua eyema wabusua wo ho Ghana fododo na ewa amanone eni daso so mbetumi atofie wo Ghana eya kechiri esanya so di pie de omosonti na nokwasem ne se edise Ghana ni bia tumi ye fiura bebi a woni wabusua benya hotoswo na asan ye japade amechiri ma Sani ebe yo bibia benya kwenya aye fi renti. Rehoboth ni Ghana sikankrabia hodo aye nhyehyɛ sonko a ema wotofie na watua ne nkakra. Ne ehia ne se wode $5,000 beto ase na eno ma wakwenya ma wotumi tu kɔtenemu. Na ne aka no watua ne nkakra. Woma wonfie du baako a wode betua woka. Sani ebe ya ahokyere bia memu. Ye wo 2, 3, 4 bedrooms a yahye da siesie no se ema wahotoso. Bambo enne asetnapa. Mentwentwan wona ase kra bo wodache ho ban ne freying wo +447 917 376 631 ana +233 24 476 4499 ebiem +233 55 375 1933 Rehoboth Social Housing yama wani daso se obeye fiura bemu.
This is the kind of good news I should be getting on a daily basis. Thanks to UnityLink, my life has become so much easier. I have on my phone in my palm right now the brand new UnityLink mobile app. It's free and easy to use. And I must say, it's fast, safe, and secure. UnityLink has the best exchange rates. Sending money to anybody is as easy as going through my phone book, selecting the person's name, bam, it's gone. It's really a great feeling when you know you can send money instantly to MTN, Vodafone, Airtel, Tigo. Easy. Now I can even transfer money from my mobile phone into my bank account and pick it up at the bank instantly. I can even send a time to loved ones. The UnityLink mobile app makes it possible for you to send money to over 3,000 locations in Ghana. Now it's time for you to download the free UnityLink mobile app. On Android, go to Google Play Store. On iOS, go to Apple Store and get sending now. UnityLink mobile app. Money go, money come. Fast.
It's gonna be Ghana inside Manchester, UK. Date Saturday, 7th March 2026. Time from 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Early hours of 8th March. Venue Manchester Ukrainian Cultural Center, Nipro, Manchester, UK. You definitely need this time out. Oh my God! Live performances from Almighty Samini. The unstoppable duo Catch It. Stay J. Kwaku Darlington. Yes, crazy performance from Bobo Dada B. Incredible Ziggy, Obi Aponsa, and many more.
Tickets available online. www.shoops.com events.
It's a remember, 7th March is a day Ghanaians will happily meet again in Manchester, UK. What more can you ask for? As it is Ghana's 69th Independence Day concert. Powered by Sleeky Promotions and 1957 Empire. See ya.
Limited. Wow! Quality accounting and tax services, and now officially recognized as one of the top 200 UK accountants in the 2016 Sunday Times list. Hooray! Come, let's do business and even save you more money. AJN and Co Limited. We are chartered certified accountants and business advisors. One of the finest in the country with quality professional services and excellent customer delivery. Our services include preparation of company and annual accounts, bookkeeping, self-assessment, payroll services, preparation of charity accounts, gift aid claim, tax planning, tax returns, business plans and advice, company registration, preparation of budgets, all kinds of mortgages and remortgaging. And now we are one-stop shop to arrange protection for general insurance, life cover, medical and health insurance, and income protection. We mean business. That is why we are now officially one of the top 200 accountants in the country. Papa Yamaya Budinya Echese Yaduma Soeni, Entibra, Nanya tax returns, and Waduma Husikasem Nina amount. Na Yababua Amonia mortgage, Naya insurance in Shishaya Efatawo, Wajuma, and Wabusuenina. So big companies, small businesses, charities, sole traders, self-employed, shops, and restaurants. Please call Let's Do Business on 0163 447 0495. That's 0163 447 0495 or 0788 307 7742. Our address is AJN and Co Limited, Equitable House, 10 Woolwich New Road, London, SE18 6AB. Visit www.ajnandco.co.uk. Now officially a Sunday Times Top 200 accounting company.
Interviews and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station or digital online.
Time check is 22 minutes past 9 o'clock on the page. Call the Guitar Online UK Friday morning. It's a social Friday on the page. Within the Charlotte appear. So coming home, brand new spanking. And Charlotte appear happen to be a UK resident. Now Ghanaian based UK artist. I pay me chama for stine apam for and a Unity Link Financial Services Limited say a rate no a dance no na a bonanza papa the a 1465 the body two na fasika money kakra fatum na no kufio and pay me church a pinnacle amofaba education amofa me church a bebre amofa the ban education there na just only say it was the pinnacle. Jamu family church bebre na me sure in the meantime, I share most of the major headline news and pay, but yanko US of A. Maria Corina Machado, the opposition leader in Venezuela. Now, Bibi Atonelai. Now, the president who was a recalcitrant has been purported this morning. Say he was somebody who took the country by storm, and then he was undermining the integrity of the people, trying as much as possible to also infringe people's rights, especially when you speak against him, they will come for you. Now he was terrorizing his people when he became the dictatorship. Until now he was terrorizing his people. Donald Trump has arrested him, as we all know. Now, Mariana Corina Machado was the Venezuelan opposition leader and 2025 Nobel Peace Prize winner. Arrived in Washington this week for high stakes talks with the President Donald Trump on the future of Venezuela following the ouster of Nicolas Maduro. The meeting comes after Trump's surprise, many by allowing Maduro's vice president, Delcy Rodriguez, to assume control and also dashing opposition hopes for new democratic era. The last 12 months have been a roller coaster for Machado. A year ago this week, she was seen in Caracas struggling to energize crowd against Maduro, the authoritarian leader who was beginning a third term as Venezuelan president after his electoral authorities announced him the winner in 2024 presidential elections without releasing details of the results. And also despite evidence that Machado candidature or candidate Edmundo Gonzalez has also been beaten in a landslide victory. And it was the last time anyone had seen Machado in public until last month when she emerged from hiding to receive her prize in Norway following daring escape from Venezuela, evading capture by Maduro forces. And this woman was a victim. She was an opposition leader to Maduro. Now, when they were about to cast their vote in 2024, she was a target. And the result was not clear. In fact, there was an opaque result. That also urged the president to also go for the third term. Now, I think there has been a consensus building, a circumstances surrounding Maduro's modus operandi to win elections without any proper scrutiny. So he also massaged the people's integrity and legitimacy. To massage them, you massage and then keep still in power. Now, according to sources, Machado was supposed to be the winner because people love her. She couldn't succeed because the elections was rigged. And not just say her life was in danger, her life was a threat. And not just say so she went to receive a prize, Nobel Peace Prize, because she didn't torment the country by putting the country into a surge of ABR and Tokwa, and a violent political violence will emerge. She decided to go peacefully because maybe they can arrest her. And only Donald Trump actually the future of Venezuela. Now, for now, the Vice President Delcy Rodriguez is the interim president. Donald Trump is going to manage Venezuela, but it has an edge, and then it's a double-sided edge, that a country of a sovereignty, now President BTBB can't evolutionally go and arrest a president who thinks he can torment his people. By laws, international diplomacy, nobody, apart from people who don't side with Donald Trump, everybody has kept quiet because he has arrested a president who was superintending his duty and also governing his country when things are not going on well. The 1,000 miles away from United States of America to Venezuela, he sent his troops, deploy his troops to go and arrest the president and put him behind bars in detention. At the same time, he was taken to court, and then he has been back into detention. Now, where else can this happen? One more time, an information that will also serve a precedent was when Noriega, the former Panama president, who was also alleged to have dealt in illicit trafficking of drugs, was also arrested, and then he was put behind bars for 18 years. After he was released from prison, he came back, and then you can see, he said the man don't have any time to live. And then he gave up a ghost within a short time. And it tells you, say, the superpower of America, when we engage in certain quarters, we have our territorial borders. But at the same time, Donald Trump has issued executive powers and prerogative powers to go beyond a jurisdiction and a country of sovereignty. A president presiding over his people has been arrested. Now the opposition leader is joining with President Donald Trump because she received a prize when she lost the election, when the election was not clear. In fact, like I said, so if Maduro was aware that any time he could be arrested, maybe he could have relinquished power, or he would decide to put something to securitize his presidency rather than sit on there and then he will be accused of doing drugs or drug trafficking. This is the issues on board. It was the time anyone had Machado in public until last month when she emerged from hiding to receive the prize. Norway following during escape from Venezuela. So she escaped from Venezuela. Until there, only Donald Trump and Dim Komo. Like I said, Machado, and the time as soon, say she will be the president of Venezuela if the need arise. Based on Donald Trump principle, when he has the prerogative powers to also have a dual kind of superintendency, like I say, or no, a manager America at the same time, or president, like I say, near electronic president, Venezuela, so he can detect, because he has also said, say, the quantum of oil, they are going to manage it and also feed the people according to law. Indeed, Donald Trump is at the same time managing America. America, no, any Venezuela. In the meantime, so we had the conservative leader, Kemi Bednock, with Jan Rick's replacement says public is sick of backstabbing following reform defection. Now, one of the astute politicians in a conservative party, Jan Rick, new shadow Justice Secretary Nick Timothy tells BBC that the Conservative Party will move on from Robert Jan Rick following his dramatic defection to the Reform Party. And Jan Rick have joined Nigel Farage. Now, Timothy, who replaces Jan Rick, says the public are absolutely sick of backstabbing, and also, frankly, the lack of seriousness and that politicians have shown. Jan Rick was sacked by Tory leader Kemi Bednock on Thursday, just hours before she was unveiled as a member of the Reform by Nigel Farage. Jan Rick accused of Tories of making grave mistakes in government. His former boss Bednock says Thursday was a good day for the Conservative, and Jan Rick was now Nigel Farage's problem. The former Justice Secretary, the second sitting of Tory MP to defect to Reform following Danny Kruger in September 2025. And he was a former secretary. Now, Jan Rick have joined Reform's party. It has been a dramatic transformation for the Remain Voting Network MP. It was once dubbed Robert Jan Rick by historic critics for his supposedly middle-of-the-road political views. Jan Rick made it into Parliament in 2014. in by-election in Newark, where he saw off challenge from Nigel Farage's UKIP party. Then riding high into opinion polls, he voted to remain in the European Union in 2016, but has since described the Brexit as last government's greatest achievement. He was Housing Secretary in 2019, but was sacked by Boris Johnson as part of a wider cabinet reshuffle in 2021. He returned to government a year later after the health ministry under Liz Truss. Rishi Sunak entered number 10 and he took on immigration brief in December 2023. He resigned from Sunak cabinet, saying that the Prime Minister's emergency Rwanda legislation did not go far enough. Jenrick lost out of Tory crown to Bednock in 2024 leadership contest, a defeat that did not take well, according to the former Tory colleagues. And she contested Bednock, and then he lost that election. I think he has issues with the party, and then he thinks that he's supposed to be the leader of the party, because if you look at the trajectory, he worked under Boris Johnson, he was sacked. Then means that he has some attitude to be our force or no so nya bibi sunkoye. So when he doesn't go in his favor, then he have an issue. And if you look at Jenrick's report here, when Sunak also took cabinet, saying that the Prime Minister emergency Rwanda legislation did not go far enough, Jenrick also lost out of Tory crown to Bednock in 2024 leadership contest, a defeat he did not take well, according to the former Tory colleagues. A leadership candidate, he argued for the party to back on exit from Europe's main human rights treaty to tackle illegal migration. The former Shadow Justice Secretary has revealed that he approached the reform leader 4 months ago, having reached the painful conclusion that the party he joined as a teenager is an impeccable of fixing Britain. Into Jenrick now with the Reform Party. Into Jenrick, he have his history. When he did something, maybe he's been corrected, and now say he's been put on ship, and now maybe they withdraw him from where he is now, then he have an issue. So Jenrick now, his report and the antecedents of what happened has all been shared on this morning's edition of the Metropolitan newspaper. And Jenrick was supposed to be the leader of the Conservative Party, and then Bednock also took her by surprise. It took him by surprise. Until Enona Ayaniya, like I said, a year will see our journey reforms. Now, under one report here, before we get back into business, government to give cash, pay out to people in financial crisis. Now, the government, Labour government, is also putting up measures to make sure that UK4 be behun now a new funding scheme to give access to emergency cash for people on low income across England. The Crisis and Resilience Fund beginning at the start of April this year and will provide 1 billion annually for the next 3 years. Now people will be able to apply for emergency funds through their local councils, whether or not they are currently receiving benefit. Now the new rule says that council can give money to people in financial shocks where there is absolute and sudden unexpected expense or drop in income, like a broken boiler, the loss of a job, or to prevent people from entering crisis. Now it is a replacement for the temporary household support fund, which had been extended on a rolling basis since it was set up in 2021. But this was due to finish at the end of March. Now, the level of funding is broadly the same as the previous scheme, leaving some councils disappointed that has not been more money allocated. A recent survey for the Local Government Association showed that most councils in England did not believe that the current funding will be sufficient to meet local welfare needs. The cash element is a significant change to the past scheme, which the government hopes will also help people fulfill the manifesto pledge to end mass resilience on emergency food parcels. It means that councils can give those experiencing difficulties direct access to cash in the hopes of removing the need for handout provisions. Now, the guarantee at the least 3 years of funding means that council can now plan their support scheme and provisions over a longer period. And Emma Revy, a co-chief executive at the Trussell Trust, a charity that supports the food banks, said the new Crisis and Resilience Fund is a vital step towards ensuring no one is forced to turn a food bank to get by. Into a guidance to councils, Department for Works and Pensions said money can be used for 3 different purposes: crisis payment, housing payment for those facing an unexpected shortfall, and resilience services for funding the charity and the local organization currently providing frontline support. So this is something that the government want to table. It is going to take effect this year in April. Not just a buying ebe support to those maybe you are not collecting benefit. Or now say unya benefit ni bi now call how much. They are going to place a £1 billion for this project. Into the project is entitled a fund scheme to give access to emergency cash for people on low income, into those who are receiving low income, those who are low income men and earners are going to receive this money, and across England. Into the another, they are taking introspection because food banks was taking this replacement, helping people to get something to eat. At the same time, the charity have done enormously well. By doing this, the government also want to take introspection to bring in cash in hand. Like I said, this is support to low-income earners and those who are also deprived of getting that opportunity to receive some money. And see, the charity said that shifting the way to support giving the vouchers, food banks, referrers, and also emergency food parcels to the cash payment will aid millions who are currently dependent on government and councils funded help. And the funds were going to support the needy, low-income earners, and many more. In the meantime, news from Ghana. We bring you some essential news from Ghana, and then later on we move on quickly. But on what is going on at the Metro TV this morning, hot NOT.
Actually responding to it, and the figures we are putting today. So if you have interbank rate in 2024, about 14.5.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Your debt to GDP has significantly reduced because of the exchange rate, because about 43% of our debt is accounted for by exchange. So if it has come down, then you have a reason to even negotiate with the IMF that our debt levels are not as they used to be when they negotiated for this adjustment. So let us do downward adjustment. So why do you turn back to blame the MPP when you have a very comfortable arrangement today, as you are touting today? So why can't you negotiate with the IMF? Because you've met them. And in any case, you should check the IMF report. Because we did not get money on the silver platter. Every tranche that is released to the previous administration, and even today, they will make sure that the benchmark set, you have met the benchmarks. So they come. They don't just sit there and disburse monies to you. The monies were being disbursed on tranches. And it's on the basis of achieving or meeting the target set out before it will be released to you. The last one that was released after, we did all that. It was when we went in January or so, or the first quarter, that they released to them, based on our own performance that was released to them. So for me, we are building a country. But when we see the caution, we must take it. Obviously, if we don't do that, and we think that, oh, let's hype all these things, Ghana as a country, unemployment rate, industrialization, things that will naturally bring the cedi down, not artificially induced. Because today, if you export more, you kept down importation, naturally the demand for the forex will reduce. Other than sowing inducing the cedi with your own reserves, you are not doing anything. If you don't have the reserves anymore, what happens? It's a lazy man's approach. We could have done that. We could have sold all our reserves to hold up the currency and get the populace being happy about it. But the caution is that if the 10 billion that has been expended in the last 1 year for the sake of the cedi to hold its strength against the dollar, if you had invested that money in industry, into production, naturally, the economy will respond to it by making sure that we don't depend largely on import. Because now, all the things they are quoting here today are largely imported items. So they are getting the windfall for the import. They'll reduce it. What about those seeking to how do we call it, industrialize and produce these things? Because we have the biggest market in Africa under the aftermarket. What is Ghana's position to ensure industrialization?
So let me ask just a quick one. Are you, per your analysis this morning, suggesting that the stability or the stability
So I've repeated severally, and we are all happy about it. It is very good. But there's a caution. I am telling you today, cocoa bot, that is mainly into export.
Yes.
So when you flip the coin, because it's export and import. And we are largely import driven. That is why we are celebrating it.
I get that.
But at the first of the celebration, I'm citing cocoa board as an example.
No, I understand you.
Last week, you heard the cocoa board, how do we call it? CEO and the board chairman lamenting about this. They think that whatever they export, when the money comes, is not able to meet their expenses. I'm coming.
Yes.
Please hold it. I'm not saying it is not good. But I've said that, yes, it's good that the prices of petroleum product has come down. It's good that the exchange rate, the cedi had hold itself against the dollar. Fantastic. But the other side of the coin, and government, I've told you also that the government must respond to its own programs. And when government fees and charges are shot up by 30%, and then you are celebrating, I've cited airport, go to airport, a car park lot there, it's now 20 cedis from 10 cedis from last year, 2025. So these are things that I'm saying that in the face of how did we come to where we are today, in as much as me, I'm happy to fuel my car and at 10 cedi per liter at Goil. Fantastic. Even though they've even added 1 cedi tax to it, they've added 1 cedi per liter if you buy fuel to it. It's still lower than it used to be before. I'll not be the first.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
That makes the cedi overly priced in a competitive global economic market. That is why Cocoa Board is lamenting. That is why people who are into export, they are lamenting, even though in the face of all these things. But I'm saying that if the cedi is fairly priced and is competing favorably, the indicators that the cedi will use to compete is about massive industrialization, export-driven economy. Where you see that people are naturally responding to the cedi in a competitive global economic situation. In the face of that, if you don't do that, and we think that the best way is to have our reserves to support our cedi, it's temporarily. It is not permanent. And I've also said that, yes, because of the windfall, as a result of the decision to shore up the cedi against the dollar, we've had our debt to GDP come down significantly because of the forex. Because I've told you, about 43% of our national debt is forex accounting. So what that means is that when you go to the IMF to negotiate, you can go back to them with the numbers. That our debt to GDP is no more as it used to be. Therefore, our quarterly adjustments that we have agreed with you, let us now do downward adjustments. Nobody will hold you to it. Nobody will hold you to it. So for me, nobody is against it. Today, all their own flagship programs, as they sit here, the implementation. Yesterday, I read about the committee they put out for the economic management. They are now talking about how the committee is now going to coordinate, how do they put a particular word about the 24-hour economy. They are now going to sit down. 2 years into your administration, you are in the second year of your administration, and your flagship program Your flagship program. So when they were talking about it, they didn't have a plan for it. Other than that, one job, 3 people. I want to ask Felix, which of the agencies are doing one job, 3 people? I want to know that.
Okay.
One job, 3 people largely could only thrive on industrialization. 24-hour economy. I want to know where the wachi people are selling, except what we know, the Jurastone's joint. We used to buy wachi 2 a.m. It's been there before. Right. But we want to know the government-owned flagship policy program. Okay. 24-hour economy. 1 year. Yes, I'm saying that because emphasis is there. The Galamsey fight. 1 year of the NDC's Galamsey fight. Today, Gold Board and the activities, there is no proper mechanism and traceability to know the gold they are buying in attempt that you cannot have an illegal good. Right. Everybody buys anything. Okay. So are we buying at the expense of the environment? Right. These are things that we want to know to ensure that. So for 1 year of John Mohammed's administration, there's a lot to come. Okay. For this first year goodwill and you are cashing in. Okay. We have had that before. I heard Felix then we say that, oh, these are things we've put in place and the ripple effect is naturally coming. Okay. People can also argue that. The energy sector debt, 2024, we paid 1.4 billion. There was no noise about that in this country. He's aware. Okay. 1.4 billion in November 2024. It brought down the energy sector debt. He knows. But we must take steps to ensure that we don't go back to that place again. Okay. In 2009, the NDC, we inherited, how do you call it? The NDC inherited $1 billion. By 2017, it shot up to 2.4 billion. Okay. By the time we are leaving, it came back to the $1 billion. But it's not healthy for our economy. Right. That is why we are saying that we should be moderate in our celebration and go back to the drawing board and look at the numbers. Okay. And it's a two-way traffic. We should not be celebrating import. Okay. Too much of import celebration. We should not. Okay. We should always be looking at how the economic model we are putting in place will also support industrialization, we will support export. All right. Once we boost our export, what it means is that we will not need so much money to induce the strength of the city. Okay. We'll rather respond to the production, to the export, and bring it in foreign exchange. Okay. The dependency on forex to fund our export will naturally be on the low side if we go industrialization. Other than that, when we do these things, people respond, they'll bring it down. I've also kind of told you. I go for those first steps. They were putting cloth on the street for MPP to work on. Okay. But what happened? The situation of our economy will not always be like that. So for me...
unfortunately, we just have 5 minutes to end
the
show.
Right.
Today you give us an extension.
He spoke more than.
But normally you give us an extension. What does that mean?
No, please, check the time.
Let me make a direct appeal
please.
To your bosses to grant us.
We have the World Cup.
Please.
In fact, there's a World Cup program at 10:15, which is sponsored, and so we can't go back. But let me just do this quickly. Okay. This one here from Honorable Clement. It says, tomorrow it's a shame for former MP and former Deputy Minister of Information who seems to be concerned about the unemployment rate going high due to the inability of the NDC to employ people, when he knows that he oversaw crowded government institutions with the NPP people before leaving office. They overemployed the NPP people when they realized they were losing power in 2024. They should praise the Mahama-led administration for not sacking the NPP people and replacing them with the unemployment youth. Clement Amevo from Kroa. Carlos from Odododio says, considering everything that has happened, the NPP should not be close to power again. The handling of the country's affairs was abysmal, yet some people still support them openly. This is largely because the NDC has failed to properly educate Ghanaians about who the NPP truly are and the damage they caused while in power. If the truth had been clearly presented, many would not continue to trust them. Some of us already know they have nothing meaningful to offer this country. That's Carlos from Odododio.
Let me tell Carlos now, before we continue. You should go to NIB and ask them 1 year, how many more people have they employed when they not open one single branch?
Okay. Let me read this one. Now, the John Mahama takeaway NDC, as a political went through serious challenges, as a political party went through serious challenges after losing the 2016 elections. The statement from some key NDC members were even harsher, and former President Jerry Rawlings was no exception, going as far as describing people like blah, blah, blah. Now, in fact, Dr. Tony publicly said that he stopped attending NDC meetings because there's no longer discussed policy. That's Gideon Ejapong from BBNE. Now, this one here from Mark Kojobuafo in America, who says, good morning. Find above the exchange rate of the dollar to the Ghanaian cedi as at now. Real time. Felix is right. Please tell him not to remind us of what we went through the past few years. Okay, so he says this is 1083. All right. Dr. Nimwe Thompson says hello to all of you. So Alfred Kojo Thompson says, tell Felix to stop sharing untruth. As of December 2024, a bag of 100 kg maize was 900 GH and not 1,600 that he said. Yes, some price could have dropped, but it is not everything.
Where does he buy his
Some prices have shot up, so he should admit and say they're working on it. Now, Prince Harry, my very good friend, Prince Harry from Koforidia, who says the fact is Ghanaians are living in
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
$1 at 10.545 cedis. As we speak, inflation is below 6%. Since August 2025, the NDC government has been running the country with 58 ministers, not 60 we promised. The MEP should continue sacking their elders from party because we have said the truth to them. And it says, arrogant party in power and arrogant party in power is the MPP. God bless our homeland, Ghana. So I'll do two more, and that's it. Samuel Brian Boabeng says that tomorrow, can my brother, the government spokesperson, tell me when his government is going to pay our ESB? President Kufuor paid theirs between February and March 2017. Why has this government refused to pay ours for over a year? It's a fact that fuel prices have gone down, but other things have gone up. The price of spare parts are higher than they were under the S1 government. I used to buy eggs at 35 cents, now they are 65 in Aoshi. Phoenix Jewel rice was 124 cities. Then it is 185 cities. Yesterday, I spent almost 10,000 cities on spare parts. Because 4,000.
The news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
When they were doing the gold oil and gold for reserves, were they doing it to the expense of the environment? The double standard is sickening. It is General Manager, Media Tech Africa. And then
the news, the interviews, and what have you, all packed and ready to go on your favorite radio station, Hot Digital Online.
Dr. Owona, you name it, them. For Christian Council, I mean, you started them. Drew baby now. Politicians, people so I don't begrudge them because at that point in time, no. Now, many opinion for many was pushing for this private members bill. Say, at the end of Parliament, Niger, Ghana to mean Boho members bill. Say, at the end of Parliament, Niger, Ghana to mean Boho bra and Boho buying any imra. So he did it in good faith. And our politicians with Tisumu. Kwame Mutisomu no any say any. Now, this morning I am reading on the front page of the Daily Graphic. Minister of Education, or see, ministry draws line on gender. Recognizes only male-female in male-female to curl SHS curriculum controversy. What is a controversy? Why should there be a controversy in the first place? Why should there be a controversy in the first place? So if today graphic is telling me that to ministry or the minister is clarifying to curl the controversy. How did the controversy occur in the first place? How? The current NACA boss, Professor Samuel Oforibekwe, why not appoint him? The board chairman, Professor Vincent Asanfo, why not appoint him? Appointed these two gentlemen. Then the 8 other board members. Now, NACA administrative composition now is made up of 21 individuals. It includes the teacher unions. It includes the universities. It includes GES. It includes Ministry of Education. And it includes religious body. Under the Act, the Education Act, that set up NACA. So NACA is not operating on its own. It is why the creative controversy. Kwame, this matter, Sodom and Gomorrah, in Komoyi. And let me go just slightly, briefly, not slightly, let me just go briefly theological, and let me give it a theological basis as to why I'm doing what I'm doing. 1 Corinthians 6, 9 to 10. 1 Corinthians 6, 9 to 10. To quote, do you not know that the unrighteous will not inherit the kingdom of God? Do not be deceived. Neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor homosexuals, nor sodomites, I repeat that place. Nor homosexuals, nor sodomites. I repeat that place again. Nor homosexuals, nor sodomites, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners will inherit the kingdom of God. 1 Corinthians 6, 9 to 10. Why? Professor Ofori Beku, you're saying? On a statement or the bar on the 13th of
quotation how can you?
I will cream pattern.
Go to Fong Medin kind, it's ancient. You won't come ever. And now, when him say, when I want to in young coupon him, you know. Mamma, another more, a jamama for, I was some for, I was self for, Mamma who for, Mamma, one name, Mamma, a for, any breath for, a sabo for, the copper for, ne a mim for, and young coupon him, you know. Amen.
Amen. Kwame Medase. Now, Professor Samuel Obobisa Ofori Bekwe. Reverend Tim Fojo, and this same way PA. Now, Mamimbo Reverend Tim Fojo Abaso. Anything? Abra politician Tisom in 2022, 2023, 2024. I could do parliament. This young enterprising politician, a reverend minister, an ordained reverend minister, or a deputy minister or MPP, or your MP, or Asin South. Mami, but because of the national agenda and his Christian values and principles, one dream in Dibremu as deputy minister, one dream in Dibremu as a member of parliament, say, hey, me Echo Dom Sadia we are. One share na Yimedi as deputy minister. One share Kwaswana, Nankasami party for Atia Boyra, the constituency. Acquired against say man and parliament na me against here binding Omuyimi as MP. He looked to his God. He looked up to his religious and Christian principles. And I said, me, whether the thing is affecting the image of my government or not, my principles, I support it. That's Reverend John Intimfojo. Now, the same Reverend John Intimfojo who has remained consistent and loyal to the crusade. But let's put that one aside. Say, Mr. Miwano, almost one, in the Nelson Mumbi or Manoa, Nico Quanido, maybe a mano. And he said, me be a mano. And apart from, so besides congratulating John Intimfojo and heaven and the angels will protect him. Now to the substantive issue. So Professor Samuel Oforibekwe, 13th January, Mawuda, I thank God for an additional year. Or issue statement after John Intimfojo exposing. In the opening paragraph of the statement, or say, Naka acknowledges say the Omo Yeno, any Ghana Mra, any Ghana Yetibia, Ebobra, Bekwe, Ofori Bekwe, Naka boss is acknowledging that Nya Epie Abano. It is not in line with the Ghanaian principles. It's against our constitution. It's against the moral fiber of our society. That's the first one. King Kankwa meho bebiana sebe eyame ye and got me Ose Adiano is not contained in the substantive curriculum. This is a professor. Nanu GTEC for Nam GG Jaman for PhD. Which means that his own is genuine. Professor account. And you are giving us a flash. This cock and bull story. Or see, the thing is not in the curriculum, but it is only in the teaching manual. It's not in the curriculum, but it's in the teaching manual. And that the use of the teaching manual is optional. Oh my goodness. It's optional? Me, as a Christian, the Bible is my manual for life. Yes, if you don't want to be a Christian, fine, that's your business. But for me, the Bible is my manual. How can you tell me that reading my Bible is optional. If I don't want to be a good Christian, fine. But I am enjoined by my Christian principles. Say, reading the Bible is not optional. Prayer is not optional. Now, let's go to Naka. Naka so working manual. Naka has a manual. I choose to call it a manual now because we are speaking within the manual nomenclature. Otherwise, it will be a code of conduct, it will be conditions of service, whatever you want to call it. Is Professor Samuel Ofori-Bequin telling me that the usage of the NACA manual is optional? You should come and tell me. And I'm going to take him on big time.
Manual, no, and a director as to what you should teach at a period of time.
Semikoto iPhone, Mikoto Samsung phone, Mikoto Motorola. Manual na a Motorola phone, no. And then I bet me how to use the operation system of the phone. Makoto car, Yamami manual. Makoto TV, Yamami manual. But this professor who is in charge of curriculum development is telling me today and telling Ghanaians, because said the officer Jimmy, excuse my language this Friday morning, said the officer Jimmy, Professor Samuel Ofori-Bequin, Jimmy. And yet, I don't think when you say the Breno. Maybe I politics in when you say the Breno. Otherwise, there will be more people fight than you. So don't come and insult our intelligence and tell us that the usage of manual is optional. It is not optional. It is the manual that directs you on exactly where to go and what to do. So that is where Ofori-Bequin has dug himself into his own grave. Just like Haman entered the gallows that he created, Ofori-Bequin has entered his own gallows. So Ofori-Bequin, for me this morning, now, if you go to the core issues or the core, the driving core principles that underpin the operations of NACA when it comes to curriculum development, Mini Kwame, almost 4 hours. 4 hours, no, and you're reading. Now, when you go to the other hours, what they have done is that they have muted the first alphabet so that the R will stand. As for reading, the R and the first alphabet, so you get the R. Then writing, so they mute the W so the R will stand. Arithmetic, so they mute the A so that the R will stand. Then creativity, so they mute the C and then the R will stand. So for Ofori-Bequin, tell me, within the mandate of the 4 R's, what has this gender issue got to do in curriculum of SHS2? Ofori-Bequin, I'm asking you a question, and I'm coming after you big time. Not personally, but the Mills Institute, the Mindset, Integrity, Leadership, Loyalty, Service Institute. Because we are into public policy advocacy. We are coming after NACA. And you'll be so. You see, Kwame, this business where they be near the for politicians. Now, this year, I've told some of my people that we are going to go into institutions.
Now, okay.
Professor Vincent Asanfo and his board, 9-member board, are they saying that they allowed Ofori-Bequin and his team to do this thing? Then Ofori-Bequin now comes to tell us that somebody come out consultant to be. You gave a job to
we are involved in communication. Say obi kura show obi commission obi say onye bibi mawa eye nwoma oba wo san ma obi kura ye proofreading and san na bia masati committee bi wo munye proofreading of what is contained in that document. After that, in one kasa no, you take a cursory look at every chapter, every word in detail.
First of all, who is a consultant? A consultant, when I was in the bank those days, one of the consultants who came, you people, you don't know, consultants, we come and take your watch. which you say is spoiled, and then we repair the watch for you. Sometimes we actually ask you, how do you want us to repair the watch? And so that's the work of the consultant. Consultants no buy Naka no. When free space no buy, Naka must have advertised, and the consultant applied. Even if it's single source sourcing, Naka approached. Unless Naka wants to tell us, say, almost okay, the consultant no buy na, or the proposal will be buy na muji too. It makes matters worse for them. If that's what they want to tell us, it makes matters worse for them. But let's follow procedure. So Naka, you contracted a consultant. You must have sat him down. Only let him say, I catch him and say, within this framework, you may be mine. And a consultant no call by. Finally, consultant no call him. Or the demand by.
101.7.
Kwame, even Sebe, we are now hospital. Who are we are hospital? A group baby, a baby sound. Can we operate on him? Consultant physician in Sabbath when you operate here, but he needs your consent to be able to operate on you. The Bema was signing documents. I remember in '93, I was in final year Legon, the control final exam. Tell it, malaria be at Chimi Enko, malaria be at Chimi Enko, and I'm called that text. That's 1 week. Stop for choice and yeah, may repeat it. Not patopa kwa ni do repeat o Legon. And they say me to free Ghana. Now I'm saying they are never control exam. So the doctor said, look, I'm not going to discharge you. If you want to go, you will have to state that you discharge yourself. Because I don't think that you are healthy to go. So Kwame, at every point in time there is consent. So how can Ofori Bekwin come and tell me Kokwanido that he didn't give consent before they went into printing? And he thinks that we are fools in this country? Then what about Professor Vincent Asamfo and the board? Look, this matter, and I'm happy that the minister today, front page graphic, and Yamin Amis here, is there. Immediately, he swore in Bekwin and the Asamfo board. If Haruna Idris wants to convince Ghanaians that the ministry had no hand in the embarrassment that Ofori Bekwin and the Asamfo-led board has caused his ministry, and for that matter, has caused the presidency, by close of today, he should sack Ofori Bekwin and dissolve that board. I repeat, based on what we are reading in today's graphic front page, the minister is saying that
the news, the interviews, and what have you.
It's me.
Jesus is coming very soon. My Lord is coming very soon. Messiah is coming very soon. Oh, 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 coming very soon. Jesus is coming very soon. Oh, my Lord is coming very soon. Messiah is coming very soon. Oh, 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 coming very soon. What a great grace that the Lord is coming. What a good news that the Lord is coming. Oh, he's coming very soon. Oh, he's coming very soon. Oh, he's coming very soon. Would you be ready when the time is?
Time check is 13 minutes past 10 o'clock on pay Friday morning. And for your information, you know,
When the time is
Ghana 69th Independence Day concert all the way in Manchester, UK.
the size
It is coming off on the Saturday, the 7th of March. Time number 7 p.m. to 2 a.m. Early hours of 8 of March. Venue near Manchester Ukrainian Culture Center, Nipro, Manchester, UK. Live performance was Samini Keche, Stage J, Kweku Darlington, Babo Dada B, and Incredible Ziggy and Obi Amponsa. There will be more. And the ticket available online. It was shoops.com. And tomorrow free, powered by Slicky Promotion / 1957 Empire. And Ghana's independence celebration 69 years this year. So Ghana is 69 years old. Saturday, the March 7th, is going to be an action packed all the way in Manchester. Tomorrow free, grab your ticket now. Those of you watching us live in Manchester, it is going to be a big event. In tomorrow free, now also to me be part of it. I don't pay Unity Link say a 1465. And to rate no dance no papa. I don't pay Bombardier so be download do apps no. Minka also say Royal Real Social Housing and so a boy Chidomano pay open Diane Bombardier Fresh Social Housing for no +44 791 737 6631 and no a Real Social Housing. Father Visa Travel and Tours World where they ban a passport once and some airline ticket. Maui and Free Union Francis Finsbury Park, London, November 43 Echo Green on 020761938843 07939656111 and to Bombardier say with me for Father Visa Travel and Tours Worldwide. AGN and Co Limited Bano charity annual account bookkeeping self-assessment, especially for Uber drivers. They have an accounting firm, gift aid claim, company registration, all kinds of mortgages and re-mortgages. One-stop shop to arrange for your general insurance, your life cover, medical health insurance and protection, P45 and P60. For 01634470495 and no AJN and Co Limited. Hello.
Morning.
Yeah. Morning. Mami, so I ain't you.
Mr. Van, that's the party of Konya Odiamani. The Mr. And the Danny Demi, and your Miss Adima, my better radius. Which have been your bear man, Nasty, Tim Smith, none of Rebecca. Politics are some cacra. What do you mean, Caddy?
I know Kwame Tim Smith.
To Kwame Tim Smith. Kwame, when you about politics, you mean move a bro to say the moment you win. Mr. Valentine, Becky Cabinet, or buy us with Becky Cabia. Neja ye ko internet yi su ko tietie bia na yesu so ye dia beti ye te ho etimi de minimu papa bia na me saba na die nti anopai maba o radio yi so eye tumu ya yakofa ba ye school enkwala yi eyi mu hwe ye president de bia me kon o ye Kristo ni asofofo yi bi ko ho ene ne ko kan ho asem eso o se yen start ni yen fanya yi me bisi bibia anya me yase Sam George enti na sorry internet yi he we ye ne akotwe aba wanu masem ene behavior we ye ne akotwe nsem a wo kan ye papa yi chese Sam George ye nya no na chese I don't know chese arrogant to be a one branch yi mu pa na se won ka asem we se won na no akotwe yi a what to do some papa so and the internet is you be do juma and crofo be do juma na meka ya papa no masofofo when you na so mo betena internet is so e kire yen and the Bible say ne ko ayi Samuel hwani no pay wo kasai
koko anyi do
ani ko akwaku ani de ho e no pay me bona baso wa kire se wo ye Kristo ni ampa en na pay wa kire nsem we na me oba ya ikayo Professor, so a professor, as a Sophian Sapadi. And I make a Sagana, no one can turn to me to that. Yet, Miss Ajabia education, a video. Papa was so a professor, and so Shaniama walk it up or could you tap and Papa can say, as he has sucking me through walk, so when you be Papa Bia the man.
Okay.
Wow, walk off away say, yeah, can't my young can just put a gun or be a damn puntino or be a cancer money at Diatu. And I know more yen and yet your president won't you come once. This way you didn't. Oh, nem kola start ye say ya. Somebody they say your prime kola bebre wo internet ya. Omo ka obi wo ho a chese aho chirenti na papa panyini a wo dibre wo ye dibre wo ayim amemwo mu wo fa nkola ato. Wo fa nkola ato wo se nkola. Yesu ye ni facilities bi a ye betimi hospital nye bibia nye. Oh, krom ha omo ye yo ma de e omo kuta omo bag omo pampas no omo ko omo hospitals no ye ma omo no ti so omo wo omo sika oh na me ka bi emu so MPP fo se mo beto abo mo mani na ho aka kakra bi mo no nsem ene ye di bebu amfo mo no nsem ene ye di ba be face NDC for to ho ahoni na ye be ba beto aba January election no mesra wo omo ka wo ma mintu kakra kasa ne doso na wo nye clean campaign yesra wo mo mechia ma omba radio yi ni su nyina oba ya o mu chese weakness da che hima na obi a memmei mechia obi a memma mechia da ni su di mechia ne pa fi su ya maintain nka o fa ni sika no fa ma ne ye se di o na edidie o ma ye bi ni me da
all right yeah that's it Akwa David yentio Fred, ain't you?
You.
Ben phone
me mintia o ma
ain't you?
Me phone me ben no. O te menka.
Ya to nka ain't you, Fred?
Jamin sira da no pe mintia o ma iko ni adwuma pa.
Okay, yeah that's it.
Sina say o te menka check akra nyesa.
Anje sia wo no ni Kiesta manum nanam.
Who said they say no my pilot time agum. Enti anopedia o 10 minutes the mama na me to me come akoma so asem
yenye sa
oh David okay what do you say me nua no yenim said e be kono
you don't wash time for a presenter
any mama yo na me tia ohidekese na say
utam ko yenko enti
you any starting now you me tia ohidekese na say ye papa eja to fo Kwame Peckham, German Boga, Obrempon, Nana Kwame Thamesmead, ne Enuanoma of 4, your brother Joe. My Mr. Walk, as a year, so in politics, Waga, Obe Hadrepa, that means that all. Ye elegant ladies. In fact, Obaya, Nana, Dickness, Abba, that him, Madam Michio. Mema mame sawambo abona baso na suwo ho ade a owura no a ye frɛ no ofori frempon no o represent hwan no
okay
naka yo on se kakra onyame eguso power ho ntoma na edru brese asofo fake ones no a won ehyen komtro bom paetro Edigu Owura Mahama so no won apologize to Ghanaians. Na won sre Awurade anim bonifache. If you say Owura Mahama no ye no mu bi ye hu say or your president bi a or your fake honestly. Say wo hwe Owura ne nsem kayemu efrititi nkontompo pa de untumi yimfiri ne so emane nyeyi. She said the Owura yi ne NDC for efiti from a sin of by election. Etumi di atro de chain krase for. Say Owura Kufuado kofa ma ne mema aware ne trumu ne hwan edje by election. Omo for president Kufuado echiri ye pa. Efa LGBTQ nsensem yi ho. Ene yi won de ba won kwaya won fa so. Nicodemously. Twifo ye friend kode on their friends sumase kuntura se ye de wuram na ye de bribrim Ghana fo ani so wo bra ye nkohunu mo ne yenim na Ghana centralfo no a won adane efru trefo no won hwe yi na won nyina won asudie eda won anim twɛn won
okay
hwe eneyi Wenom etumi ededin eto Owura Baumia so say your friend Baulaya. Wabra, wo hwe Mahama and then they throw a tropa with different ages. But Valentine. Now you can say so I say one yes idea in our quenemono. Raf want to be organized to travel boys ye. See a catcher say cool says someone there could you know no want to attach. Raf we name conscious somebody will Ghana Sebio. And they but Aura Ninia Ibrahim. Akotoka mano you say odi to trust some to Ghana for President Kufuor Abreso. E catch Ghana for say ye Jimmy for bebre bi wua na ye den. Wenom and a won a reward won. Na share 24-hour economy. Our here any more night club no any you can say low electricity no one promise you know our here and then one mobile teacher for ketua nurse for ketua judicial service and no more strike no nyina munyina ketua ka move for how long now and so oba ye wa beto to this year me pato ma me 1 minute na me wie mesro any ne apprentice nyina ketua mu over 10 times na adwumafo ade akachiri na to na moto niamam na nini me won krama no nini oye also the NDC chairman and now say general secretary wo kromu or one of their representative a good seminar in the shiaping one of the programs winning election no na the way you see a carrying the whole radio is no only serious kakra the bia oba no be catch say we are going to do action speaks louder than words.
Hello.
Yeah, I do.
Kwame Peka yentio.
Me da senior Konya. Fred, Michelle, Mitchell Kache, Milia. Inia, Mesewa, or Kasa as a first caller, Yabona Basso, and never my future. Me can be big a craft for home. Much communicators for you know. Juana do baby, I'm not a more than, but mine who don't know, so which may try say, Uga Koswa, Swed Mapanum. Yeni abani 2 years for about 2 years basso 31st MPP Mama Yeninaho. I don't trust Ghana police because of me seeing Hunami Wontino. Kotra about 2024 Name or Ghana, ye bury hoops in Ghana police. Oh, now ye be police in sa, ye be police in sa. A tea and no why diffy. And Ghana, and then hardly you can trust anybody in the system. The mama went into Teho because John Mama say why not against on Kubium, which Kwame may deep in my mind, you know, if he has his way or the Kubium until the kind of test what is no. But if he tries, unless he's bent up, say destabilize the country in the day. But in so on Kubium. But ya so benya ubia or better than a name. Only as you say police ne bibia senensa. Namu be kana bonten ya bibia se police nsa ne yempeso bia but muma moni ntete ho. Na yenya clean clear election. Na fi yenyi nipa omanfo ne pe. Me de obia ne babia me gina se ba obia na me pe no. Na mmom abatwa yi chinchin obi nsa na ne nye ho. Timesra anti yeni aba na futuro na America. Se odi bibia se Ghana police nsa electoral commission ya omo nyina ya omo ho fi. Nti yebesre se plan B no anything se be ya ibewie no bia nso benya akomato ye mu. Now going forward na Valentine anopa why are there ye tie bia Robert Jenrick. Yehu. Now in every political setup no you see a friend say Robert Jenrick ewo emu. It's about 3 days in yehu over MPP mu a Robert Jenrick like Professor Kempon Boateng at a Kennedy Mo Nyaho Tamakrumu.
Ono vice.
Now, all share a press conference on a larger Farad. Which most say, I did can't say at the end.
I also 4 months.
Oboa. What didn't command or feeding information and run some of Becky. Now, Robert, since when who said Britain is broken? Some are now woman and no appointment and who said not a broke.
But I don't crunch on your be or yeah. Or say politics no, you should be vibrant the particular job at the mouth to me. Until I know who will keep you and build a legacy for yourself. When you are not being advertised too much, your name will be there, you'll be fighting for positions. Yeah. But people will not acknowledge your response. So for that one, you should understand.
Valentine, ya won't be more. Senkaumuni Momu ye pano mujina Shimua. Also mutimi who say, me mean to me any padodo, and I say I can't join political party. Because me are so selfish, say, me a BB and say, and there are characters like that. A been in the Nuachia, a BSC, Okra ministry appointment. In fact, Professor Boatia ye can say it, Naneba was into mining. Into what kind of environment I say, yeah. How can you exonerate him? Okay. So the banning part of environment, I say, and so a report, who say one or choy excluding the banner. Uncle Yamano and no Ujabonten or Tumuba. Now, the Amidisi now Marco a fair say comprehensive fair sexuality education. I find any way in the teacher's manual. Ya can't watch them. Now, that is trauma for you. Send an Amelia afraid there, Kama. Oh, he's so enjoying the so-called goodwill. It's about a decision that you made. Say, for 2 million sentence, Ukra majority in parliament, or sign award the executive powers. In fact, so absolute power, Ukra Sabri. Now, so we understand it 2 million a day. There no ye be beer or Sheneti as you after Ghana for support to me. And we require wash a bo at snow. Now, sometimes make us young penny for Ghana. What do you have? The clergy, the traditional leaders, the civil society, and the more heifer.
Okay.
More not more blow trumpet. More call it a kufu the more demonizing. If I said you will see him. And they, Munama Kamamatum, a native a Togwe Afede, what the appointment. Toma Hene, what the appointment. Nina NDC. Na why any become a cribium? Na yaka ubi anuatum. I think so he has managed to buy almost every ubi and central phone. He have become either rented press and or more a customer buy. If you are dealing yakurana no be akanuatum.
Okay.
Na mo amu boku jaimu. Oh na we empire the way and I am mususem. And anyway, mususem na sasa. Yan chiran kwala 7 previous atumutu. Eno na mope. Now more ye who say ya, mumu. But your actions and inactions, and not any respect, no. Respect is not demanded, it's earned. Your actions, Moniama moye, and Emma Yibumo. You demonize Papa Bacosa or no dear. Said Lomana was sign, say Yemfa a year, a dear, and yet see what dear Baco. Omraquia Bocrono, and the moon. Yanamo indeed. Uniamani for here.
Yeah, that's about I mean the Ocos and one here and Wakopa. Yanko in na and to us International Council for Curriculum and Assessment. Yeah, curriculum and assessment. And we had NACA. And I don't know. Hello.
Hello, Wayne.
About you.
About your prophetess.
Okay, mommy prophetess, ain't you?
Yeah, there was a near my power, yet to me, a kind of journey, politics.
Amen.
Now, young so for 4 no go. If Bompire, Yana, say, Nipa journey. As all for be a more journey, a Bompire ma or mine and I am Pinua. My uncle Watson, in I Juma. But pray for those who have authority over us. Be a kuma journey and I can pay women so many pity. Na nye bia wa hene me ko TikTok yiso me bia ya say me hu say omo what the say MPs ni bi refer say John Mahama agree for your president, vice president, agree say, umbama kwan ama sa obema ne bema no oba you know agreement na oma sign petition na nya bia wo hene say dwuma no hwe mema wotu egu wiase yentimi nware mampo waho na sabema eno oba wotimi di kowura college mu kyerɛ nkɔlaa na deɛ nkɔlaa yi deɛ brabɔ papa bɛn ɛna ɔmbɛtumi abɔ yɛsɛ sɛ awurade asomdwie bɛba na ahotɔ ne yiedie ɛne awadeɛ mu animuonyam bɛba yɛ soɔ hwɛ ɔnyene yɛma yi sɛ yɛnware yi a mɛmɛduru ɛtumi fa ɔbaa baako mɛmɛdu ɛnso bie ne wɔbɛtumi ayɛ ne ho adeɛ bible nso ka obie ne wɔbɛtumi ayɛ ho adeɛ na yɛdɛn ɛna yɛma yi yɛkɔ ware maa ne mɛɛma ne ma kɔte bi mpanyisɛm la yɛserɛ no yɛdaworoma petition bi yɛnyɛ sika no wɔde pa a yɛserɛ no a ɔman no yɛfrɛ nyame adom yɛserɛ nyame adom sɛ ɔman no nyame mmɔ yɛn ho ban yɛmfiri sɛ abɔne fii nneɛma tantan yɛsɔ nyame ani na ɔman no ne yie wɔte pray for the peace sɛ yɛbɛnya asomdwie na ɔman no bɛdi yie nti kakra a wɔhene mede bɛka
prophetess yami shop yada say what's up you?
Wow, good morning.
Morning akwa you wanna pay.
Yo, you want adwuma. There was maybe young push out say if you join everything there or awesome Ghana this year. Yeah, my prophetess okay the piano. Mama say wa oba ya na say you can see Nana kwa be kwa bekam obrepon also and German boga bisa ada yef video ban sanso na mecha itala boga bisa ban jama boga bisa chabo sanso na mecha Fred Mr. Tufo ane nana be dickness mami wasapon mami alapedu mo wa po jo ade professor dishe me chowo me chebu sufo akanyira e mo bibiara so lovely weekend yango po obi aso Nigeria for ewo baby aya obubu almost say when the wind blows then you see the nyash of a fowl just from above na hunu ahokoto ata chele be kwa butrewu ipe bi wonu manse wa ma wontumi a uhunu sto mtitia da na umunya tumi say MPP say ndisi say VP and ahunu yey dem go for say no mtie ebi die tumi ye ade papa ebi so ade wo mtumi ne yade boni then so no and na down no a hard drink na kwame mention traditional leaders no be media academics religious leaders now wo bugijira mu na omnu say oh ye to abawie na say ewura mama ne party wani a eda no a yenya nso ni kura no be sign that you know and so edi eni ehunu and they say sika na ebo biskatuo ananso say antwene ne so obi adada ne bia wo sika na da wa na say bi so na odwe so ananso wa kasa no uye bia ha me say nipa bebre ba omo yes nyina no e fa kase no a omo ya sa de ne bia enti ade a wo no oye bia no okay obeka ho asem sa do say ade gru ne ifo no a afi no o church no ho enti mbani ho no yehuru mu nchom se mo amma bo ntra be pachew yedi mu nyina na ase bi so oguntu no bi gya wachire so for oguntu no bi gya wachire professor oguntu no bi gya wachire mo am pachew a yebi mu nyina yedi mu nyina no mu ye gay e mai nyina mu ye lesbian bia efi say enye sabi so anya mo ana eyo enipa na eye enipa na eye enti de mo ye no ame hu say anka wo se mo kwa na wo ka mo le musu jagu o mampani ne party so aso de mu nyama yedi ni wi na ye mo ana say de mo ye na mo pese baka wa se biara enipa hu say mo enti mo hwe ye Now, and that's what we say, New York City, so I was say police for one month, black, you know, almost the Jaguar was so. I say for so. So, what you want them so? New York, almost police for no. I say for no, I'm the other children, no. But who's so much cheaper, baby, a year myself, nobody.
Okay. We won't be busy.
Yeah, Obisua, Obisusa. A concern, I mean, the other say, Ghana no, and Croma may have minute. I mean, I'm in who too much. Problem there will be the Kevija Fred Cage got one. I go for Yaki Huso. Wow, the couple of my can imagine now.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, Val.
Morning, Kwame.
Nana Kwame.
Yo, connected. Into one of the
connected. I'm not following there.
We have him here, pa.
And then I'm asking. I'm a family chairman, sister, by as usual. That's him, Nana. Masawa. And then Masawa was yellow, baby. And me check. I don't comment no man.
Only one, mommy.
Masawa.
I only look share.
I want to friend, but men know now.
Oh, okay.
Obi Fufro, yeah, Obi Fufro.
Okay.
What about you? I don't know why. What they me amuni abani. Say, be any hotel. Why? But instead, we dey be one here check. Which Mr. Dickness and so China pa na that's him man.
Okay.
Obrin Pong, Uncle Joe, Minia. Frank, Michelle, Omo Makina, Mr. The Osofa for David Michelle. I'm a pay LGBTQ. Nava on. You Adiabi will react to Hasia. The Nippon. We are what they say. Open would be a union by disgracing or destroying Unia. Vengeance is the Lord. Watch out here.
No great.
Politics now, yeah. Wow. And you to me now, pray. Watch out here.
Sure.
But and could not be being consistent near my business. What they say, we are put now the same year, now I beg you.
Okay.
That is exactly what NDC did. But I know idea I made better NDC for. When it comes to this LGBTQ. Any assault beer, almost so hypocrite. Wow. Mama near Scotland now could see I catch your motel. I know the LGBT, you know, there. Now the other two or your assemblies of God, only the only to that. To tell the MP people, yeah, the again, your followers. I can't you did the near money now. I'm so shocked. I'm so surprised. Tell this for when you're careful. When you're careful. I know you guys are still enjoying your honeymoon. But when you're very careful, because this time, Mahama, the finishing, and the Gracia, the Becono, and Chandia, or the callback. I'm telling you, mark it somewhere. The you guys are doing opposite. The dear Mokai, dear, what will staying and probably chat to everything, Dinano, who you opposite. Most of the Naku father now pay, and Naku father pay, what I give a pay, some joy. Now, no and not away. Now, this day we are talking about is sodomy. Then I am happy on Sodom and Gomorrah. Gayism, ya Yamian. And you know, who could not parliament, echo to Bible. Tell opportunity. Then there was power. Not signing a diano, then I am ra. More than 30 papers. Now, so far more Ghana, Makama, no queen. Now, make some now. These are the same pastors. Yes, cathedral. Pastors wait to me by every cafe. A good father who know what was saying, I may bomb. Say, who be here for redine. Nunchiwaka power secrecy. Meanwhile, this person, saying Yamia from Yomoyerenom, but a near Fosika no Modiji and Omudi Shaka Regine. Omu Yensua, a Yomu bona fide property. The Omubana the Banner Yasopo club, but first no chance sofu because a Japaniana Wakoji a near Fosika or per se stay in a family. And if we have this hypocrite in the country, or mine, a hina yeko.
Okay.
What me ya the gays in Yakwa to cook for me? I saw for motive to a monkata. Let me see. When it comes to journalists now, I want Ghana now. One day they will turn you down. Okay. And to me, I don't have problem with them.
Okay.
But I have problem with this Asofo.
The
Asofo Amudi Nyame Edi Amudi Nyame Din area politics. And destroy a certain group of people. A control go normally I favor other group of people. Nyame Nyomuni na baby one.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't pay there. Everybody should get connected. Me I don't pay me more about so many months I put you on the buy, you know. Now, I say when it comes to fairness, I mean, you are coming. I owe you fair pa.
Yeah.
Me suddenly quite a managing for pa.
Do I can't.
Nonsense. We just say who true. Ima anything.
Who true miss us.
Connected. Be I fine.
Yeah.
And you come and put you near pa. Why? The we have to need two study to me. Ya pa. Yeah. That's fine.
All right. Yeah, that's it. Mama, thank you.
Yo. I don't come, I'm the was, Mamma mia confused. Na demons, nothing there. Do a menu. Amen. You met at the scene. Mappa. Na. Oh, yeah. Mokra for pets, I come a matter this 3 months. No, that's why I'm paying. Hey, when you ma. I saw him a bam, Minya, even 4 months. I'm a matter this hymn book, Grandpa Minimito, because Mamma was a Pentecost. So, that by that, no, I am a question. If you Mr. Are you following the Holy Spirit? Methodist intimizina, my nickname. Or Premier Holy Spirit.
Okay.
That's Sakama when you know. No, I'm dancing there, missing and Sanamo Kran and saying, yeah, Sakama, yeah, circus Sinara is even bigger than Calvary. Now, missing the who will pig. Sunday, I'll follow no first, no, or when I will bet here a mountain or Bema was in the Mazin. Oh, that time and matter photos. Kenyana, Miss Duwahobi. Maybe I have to 202. Nimpamina crashing on your suffer a suffer be moving is an arrangement. Maybe someone there. There. I suffered the all the who ever make a together for why then to a suffer fana. Mayana crash over her palm when it's in 202. I don't even know. Now, once I work can mental it. There again, I answer for the Mopomacho Mukuni. Monsieur Fonsumini and Minuan. Confanatin or my and a member and other one now. Maybe once I work can mental it. There's answer for the BBR or Batman and simple name. Tumuno. Only then, Monsieur Funame for 1 word now. No, why you had to man. Because my today, America for the what's the equal or what it says. Into Bessia Betuma, I drive at the creator, Benusu Betmit. And soon Betma into a one's wire equal what woman being. And yet there discrimination about a Aberdeen, Bessia. Damn been a work can there. Welcome to Mutum into Amaya confused.
Benin.
Oh, no, there was sign then the Benin and the American for
often homosexuals.
Yeah, menim da yɛ homosexual.
Anti Benin na Benin
Ɔno
Besia
me
Besia.
no wasan na America
Ono what
poison
album LGBTQ plus. Ono what album. Lesbian, transgender, yeah. LGBTQ
and homosexual.
Yes. And lesbian gender. And into what they are into a boom plus account.
That's only what I can want. No matter na me kind and now so to California you suffer na and the matter is why I do. Miss one book Holy Spirit is in now Holy Spirit no you're the powerful work I do me.
All right.
I am missing into anyway. Now there a suffer aqua David. Also, come there. You were not cooked. Why a suffer can the master me? How can Ghana be prosper? First president of Ghana, Yan son, Yambun, the Yamawaman fee or Yimba, Wabra America, Mamma, the George Washington. No one done a permit. Hey, what a cathedral. Welcome to us. It's not cathedral. It's George Washington.
Yati, yana face no be some baby.
We praise him. Next time, who first president next in Buddha, the man again over here.
Okay.
Because they don't follow the Holy Spirit. Not Mport wanting. What are there? One man lawyer Sima. How can I stand for independence? And my president, Akufo-Addo, rejected him, then you are not one of us. Matter, Makanda, no. This man is coming to make a difference.
Mama, it's not time for. It's not time. We are talking about LGBT. The point is, we are talking about LGBTQ plus. The baby I didn't know me.
So what now? What to me that the whole Ghana is in darkness. And to make some be American in the spirit of people one and that.
All right, what's up, you na yanko yenim. What's up, you? Yeah, you.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
But the one day.
It's a Yamiatum Macho or
Himanana, you ain't you on a pay.
Mitchell Obaya, and Dickness, Michamunina, a man of Basunina, a mapa peppy. I will basu Ghana, who name Rancho on Becca Sacco, and near one over Benina, Mamuna, happy New Year. Now, well, I don't know me. Friends say, "Obi beka say Benin na man my have come out." No, I had wanted to call, but many time I'm free.
No, see that.
Near we na koso na ye. Omo ntimi enfre no. E propaganda for no. Ni for na omo ye omba propaganda na. Won allow omo no. Omo ntimi enfre no.
The point is, I didn't say.
Yeah.
The facts and findings no.
That's it.
It is a kasa. If you have a friend relevance, it must have a relationship with what we are doing.
Exactly.
So you should not quote and then try to bring your own. I say one kasa una wa concord to be na person ka wabra fact no. Say I did be in your and how can you money different. But one it's the public knowledge, near opinion there. Why should I have to allow you to speak lies and propaganda so that I will be the person to be blamed? It will be a bit intro. So it's going to be like an occupational hazard. That is why I was trying to caution
you. Exactly. Do your work. Do it properly. I think that's why sometimes I introduce this morning show to Microphone. This table of credit, I introduce someone and saying, yeah, hello, me modi, me chia, I mean, so witty, me chia pa. So, and even improve in crowning, rather to cry, improve on it. Almost fret other stations, almost fret during the other programs, no why your own propaganda need to know. They get time and say whatever they want to say, but you don't allow that, and that is brilliant. You are doing a good job. Nyamin Shrao. Now, sodomites was some year came vile. So mobile kaya who said Mahama the first 4 years so almost a textbook to do with that.
Okay.
Come now computer school for Nisuya. And MC Kasa one chena ni free so. Introducing side way with school a idea account or more a ye wounded that account program wounded that on person or more. And internet say no almost science shots, you know. I don't know.
But I withdraw.
Almost on Besama Subi. You just
why would do to me some famba?
Because I saw for some person who can wash.
Oh, I saw for the one country. I didn't say about knowledge. Musa, you who says say that Tintin who was off walk one go. I don't know if you want
I do. About way part. What I always say, you're for propaganda, a moment. Your previous government, look at how Obua Koko and by a big crown Koko no cry share for years near there say, your mom dreaming in a mom plantain for just to in a bear cocoa, a boost to Ghana.
Yeah.
Could you believe that at this time you Coco go to Coco, I'm for Coco say, I ento because bottle crown, Coco, bottle crown, de Coco begum crown, omu nyabi, say, omu do event and fertilizer bottom.
Okay.
Omu nyabi.
Yati.
Omu nyab. And then when you now where was say, a buy no, omu shen omu yeno. No, rather, no, sikano, they are just wasting the money anyhow. Omu, yeah, you say, Sam, a ma banky. Up to now, yeah, 50 almost do 50 something. The whole Ghana move be a bank for a man.
Almost increases canon, you know, and she be on baby.
I really hope so.
Oh, yeah.
I really hope so. Because opposition MPP account wants someone to know they have to increase that money and see how they will do it. Someone from command and NDC phone because it's like someone buying there a NDC phone a prosper woman. A benefit to one ben if you are not an NDC a year. Unya Biakra na discover people now what come on to. That is what is going on in the country now. Very sad. Anyway, yeah, have a nice day.
All right, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Bye. Yeah, bye.
Okay. Oh, bye, I ain't you. Morning, let's say. No, yeah, pa.
Friday, Jama Boga, Auntie Amas, Auntie Grace, Auntie Quatma, and I got off for cry, Wabens you. Yes, it's just a referee. Do you want Auntie Amas, Banono? Okay. It's on no animal, it's Yano Pa. Sister Jewa, so me what promise it, Jamie, her promise in the Namidiama Hospital. Metiano Pa. Eva, a cheerful and I, a cheer woman, and Nipa Kasama, not Toma Sona, Nana Kwame, Nekwame, Uma Kasama, Fidiana, Areho, for Bessie, and now what's it gumme? I was here gumme.
Okay.
Oh, I saw for more when you go after my dear, Miami Roma, I suffer. Miami Roma, I suffer. More when you go after my dear, but I saw no Pentecost, Methodist, Anglican. Take any time one man churches. And I'm what you read to apostle. As if said, a kufuado, no one gave for that, Katabacoso. John Mahama, no one gave for him that Katabacoso. Our Buama, no fracadam, President John Mahama. Yakatara Moses, Papa, we are. What can any my young son panel? Pony, I want it to the
Oh, I would say.
Now, no one video.
What can some about men?
No one video.
About you. I won't say, Siano, as a number. Let us deal with the matter. And we, I also count some nothing. Obasi uko kota sana oye dede untumi ye court but wasem na obeka no eno edema wo nyanyina so to de kasem no
inside court wa me ba want ya me ye dede no
dabi wo de abotre wo de tie ne wa yenko
me kan say papa ya tete de ni mama nyame so pa oh me de me Assemblies of God in me and me ba within 24 hours because parliament aye won bibia wi ya wa say ni anya afa ne boso mi ni nta de ti no maka wo manu atu adenti na tie so maka wo manu atu ahimfo bi mo adan na maka manu atu eye ti wade ye ahimfo ye ti wade adan na maka manu atu ahima adan na maka manu atu radio stations na minimu penti wo bia wo kwaji sika wo Mr. Mahama ho any Sam George was the contract who this can memo who one not that boni ya mudi edi Ghana
wanje de dua na oboyo
na ba
membodia oye Kristo ni membodia
oba ni oba be ma ni be ma na enkire ye ma dia enya no me ebi nko me nya ma mi hwe wo mu Ghana ebi nko wo mu so edi asem na ya na ye ken
no de odi omo hwe Nyankopon sa odi omo hwe Nyankopon sa
President Akufo-Addo mu wa lia bibi aso bread yi so de bia na ni pada tani be kasa President Akufo-Addo na busuafo adua ye ne ma ne kwan ma ne ka na wo mu de ma ne ma na wo mu de ye campaign massively tia MPP man ye ma pa ye nyina ye penti ye black ni aso mu do mu ye nipa bone for ye wudi for there ye ni kwa Africa
obi gasa menko na no na woke but won sem no wo ho nti kan no mum
ene na me kai bra
nti no mema ye bufu also because about you we are obi be friend the law of karma me we ye bibia me we ye bibia I'll leave it na me jawa ma Nyankopon na no bodi
law of karma no na me dey call Sam George ni na busu
and leave it for them omo ye be you mo man kasa
Sam George ni asofo Miami Roma ya sofo any angry kind one man churches any Sam George ni wo mo free di kan say MPP for na ye sa de ni ti wo mo pese wo mo san law of karma no enko wo mo do wo ma sefo nyina aso ene na me dey ma wo mo because if you have to be with piano wucha na ba bia me di sie nansa ne say the nam tamakro ne deputy here de ni 2 mu 5 years so no me eja no
woman bill 500,000
no obi dem ayen say akoyi no man bill ye jele ne de ni 2 man ya say ni asa man bill
che no na je say ebi ana mpese che ye do 2 ma so tan kra 2 ma amnesty je no podi o I say atu esi de ya nka mo man amnesty
ana da wono
je nde enye bone
yo enye bone e pa di sita mo de enye bone daba e ma pipi ta me be ye bone enye bone said the name Tamokro, one and two, and deputy attorney general, and not all council degree, no. Now we interview you, Mobile Coto, a year.
Oh, no, Attorney General, Attorney General,
Nankasa. And the moon, a chair.
Ned.
Ned, the moon. That way, Attorney General, what did you when you would say, said the name Tamokro, or the neighbor, or the neighbor, and yet I am a deputy, next time over here. I don't know about you know. I had Kevin Taylor. Who would you over there? And what the neighbor,
okay.
Now, all say, you know, for your cousin, you need the basic. Until for your cousin, be sent to Kwame Kurumetika, would you end this food? I am Papa. You're the one of soccer with a wine. Echo Brew, MPP, chairman, then in some one. Wa Abraham ami declare besie ni ade abronya to black ambulance na wono de ene wo mo huru nsa ayi batman yi akwabo ha wakum sin ya frɛ wo mo amusa wo ma no kwase a IGP ne mpabo abronya se ne mpabo ase ayi de se tunkun se etimi ka kira ye se wo mo so ya ti wo mo de wo mo akɔ ame am wo mo be wa bra ya hu se ya ti wo bi ada abronya de ni ade na to black ambulance
Yenda that's pa hello ni ntio na yenhwe ni pa wa
Lavan.
Yeah, Francis. Good Francis, ain't you?
Good morning.
Morning.
Van.
Yeah.
What do you say? Me ba. Oh, year 9, right?
Well, year 9. Within 9 years.
Wokromwa school.
Okay.
In America. Yeah, sexual, something about LGBT. No, so he's not going to be part of it. It make us say, Obiso ye non-banding. Onye oba, onye bema. Obi mposo ye oba, or ye kramai. And no man, anti, me man is on your interest. When we say, the training saying for 3 days, say, as a bedina call for, as a Kobe night.
You cancel.
Yeah, cancel. And I say, not very bad towards those people. Manfaranko. Ono say ne right no. O say ne papa ene ne mame ene ti onimu oba ne oba.
Yeah, onim be ma bia.
Ndi study ni dura onko opie onko so onko. Obi antimi yin na di school so onko. Inti we are no send no. We have to be careful with sending a normal economy.
Okay.
But MPP for so yeah, I see Nyabotre. Atta Kennedy, people don't know. A lot of people talk on it. They don't know Atta Kennedy.
What has Kennedy
done? What has he done? A champ war. No, or a student, a university union, or a president. You're born down for 2 railway station. I want to start a demonstration. Almost a democracy. Abagana, no. They are not like timid and I be say omoye. And or a self-made man. Okay. But MPP, no.
Oh, that's when you call.
That be my ear freeze.
Okay, ain't you?
MPP, no. Sometimes, yeah, I say,
why some of your people? Why some of your people know?
Robert, they should have sacked him long time.
Okay.
They should have sacked him. Tamo can say the constituency or abrofo DN no man. I didn't came here anya way.
All right.
And sa reform party no. Almost popularity. They were ahead of the poll on 30. It's almost 20. Their things are not selling. People will say, now where did you attempt to corrupt? Now you're for it. You playback be a butcher also a corrupt. Now when what's you know, popularity, and you never winning. We have a government and it's working. The Bayern say, Keir Starmer is doing the right thing and he will win the election. Because Keir Starmer will never, what's the name? Nigel Farage will never be prime minister in this country.
All right, we hear you. Thank you very much. And in the last year, you know, Uncle Liho.
Hello, Val.
Yes.
You see this in team for your man. Yeah, you see how he puts fire. He puts fire in these people. In team for you know the sort of people he's dealing with. Valentine.
Yes.
You see, when was this book written? The book was written in their regime.
No.
So even if they have to,
they said this book, no, it was some teachers that gave him the information. Some teachers that they were giving this.
That is the reason why we have to be very careful with what Intim Fojo come to say. Look, he's a reverend. God is merciful. If God is not merciful, anyway, this man will stand and he will bring confusion. He will raise something to hit his head and kill him. But God is a merciful God. Look at confusion that is causing now with this LGBT. This LGBT is something.
What you are saying now is different, no? Because you in opposition, you said when you come, you sign so that you pass the bill. But you came and you are saying different thing. Now you are saying that.
We know. We said it.
Why are you targeting Intim Fojo? Intim Fojo is doing the needful because
Intim Fojo is creating confusion.
No. Don't do that. Don't do. You are a matured man. Don't
no, Valentine.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Stand and tell us. Which part of that book?
Don't do that.
Oh my
God.
Don't
do that. Don't do that. I see when your party is encountering a series of maybe attacks or something that is revealing something you don't want us to know, you find it uncomfortable. But you and I know that this LGBTQ plus, it was another key factor or something that was more pivotal in the election 2024 when you use it against the previous government. So when you come to power and there's something that has been detected, that it has been inserted into the curricula, and he happened to be an educationist. He was the deputy education minister. He have people who are confident in the education sector. When he's been told about this and he realized that this thing, I have to find out and know why the thing was done, why are you having issues with him? Because he has brought the issues. So why are you having issues? Or is it because he's a whistleblower, that's why you're having a problem?
No, it should come out, it should use a different angle to come to tackle this problem, because this book was not written in our regime. It was written in his regime.
No, I don't think so.
Why did you mention anything?
That is not the issue. It's not
Oh,
true.
Valentine.
No. Yesterday, I listened to one man who was then the NACA boss before. He said that this thing was not there when so you don't know where this thing is coming from. That's what he said. If he's lying, I'm lying. In the news, I heard it. So why are you?
So the book, Valentine.
So
the book was written within this 1 year. Is that correct?
For instance, when the thing was there, fine, I understand. But when you came and this thing is not going to help us, or because there's a issue of this LGBTQ thing, why do you have to implement it?
Valentine, this thing is a very dirty game. Even I don't like it. A lot of people don't. The Ghanaians don't like it. So do you think we're not going to sign it? Definitely, it will going to be signed. And now that it has become a ball of contention, we will sign it. Okay. We will sign it.
All right.
Fellow Ghanaians will sign it.
Okay.
Valentine, let me give a little bit of a. You see, Tema Oil Refinery.
Yes.
Yeah, Valentine. Is producing more oil now, 24 hours economy is going on there. And now the prices of fuel is down. But the drivers and their LGBT, these people, they are making life for Ghanaians very difficult.
Oh, Nini.
You see? And followed by the roads. The roads in Accra, the contractors are back on site. Housing, we're going to build houses for the military. They're going to enjoy.
Okay.
We've added 12 members to help with running of the economy. It is a black star.
Why did you exempt Atufosi? Because he's the finance minister. Why did you exempt him?
Oh, no. This one is the India people, I will call it. Many countries.
What are you talking about? But Atufosi,
but people with wisdom. No, he's already in the business. So we've got people who are going to help. From even MPP, you have members in this group. Yeah, and followed by the visa. The visa. Now, like we're saying, if you have somebody maybe in the US who want to apply for you to come and stay for a long time, that is what that wanted. But if you're going for 3 months, 2 months, 1 month, you can still get a visa.
To watch football or your business, that one you can go.
Oh yeah. No, Valentine, I listen to me.
Yeah. Don't you think that one was catapulted by the comment and the communique issued by the foreign minister? Don't you think that one angered Donald Trump to have authorized his people to do this to us? Because we are not part of it.
No. This one is out of sight of my uncle. Uncle Trump would never.
Uncle Trump is Trump is aware. He's aware.
Oh, my uncle. I'm not. I don't think my uncle is aware.
Call him and tell him, because we have not done anything. We don't know what we have done. All of a sudden, we have been part of those who have been suspended from giving visas. So.
No, I don't believe that
all
is
right.
the issue. Anyway, Evander, let me end.
Quickly, 1 minute, so I'll go to leave.
NPP, please advise our brother Ken Ofurata to come home, because where he is in the center is not good. It's like Petit Chateau, it's like Petit Chateau in Belgium and in France.
Now, what charges are you leveling against Ofurata? Have you charged him officially?
Yeah, he has to come.
Listen, in law, when you say somebody should come, why should the person come? Because based on evidence, you see, we have evidences based on a particular evidence, something that incriminates the person, because we have a Miranda right, which says that you have every right to remain silent until you have a representative of a legal practitioners who can represent you. So there are lawyers who are with Oforiatta. So if Oforiatta has done something officially charged, that is why you cannot bring him, because everything you are doing, it is in a vacuum. It does not comply with the complicity of Oforiatta living outside jurisdiction, that you want to bring him through a tradition treaty. You have to state what is the veracity of his crime before you can bring Oforiatta. If not, you cannot bring him. So you should not ask Oforiatta to come.
Why, Valentine? Ghana is his country. Why is he not coming? Oh, I'm coming.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm coming. Then I'll say, I'm coming. I'm coming. Anything you want to do me, I'm coming. But Oforiatta have done something. That's why I don't want to come.
Oh, that's why I'm saying that. What charges are you leveling against Oforiatta to come?
Okay, man. We've not leveled any charge against him.
He who alleges must prove. So prove beyond reasonable doubt, and then the burden of proof lies on you.
Evanda, you know what he has to do?
I'm talking about
Ghana is my country. I'm coming back. What are you going to do to me? Because when you are in the detention, even Ghana detention is better than where you are. Why are you punishing? Why are you punishing yourself, a rich man like you?
All right, I hear you. Thank you very much.
Your Valentine, and I'm come out from the street. Near a quay, never just walk like a can near your Nini. I don't know where he's getting his information from. Do you really sometimes examine your conscience?
Oh, David.
And you are telling me that God should have mercy on one of our guys. God is merciful. He should have mercy. God should have mercy on John Mahama. Because he is a friend to Andrew Solomon, the whole American gay president. Go and read New York Journal. What Andrew Solomon said about John Mahama. He said, the first time I saw John Mahama, I loved him in my heart. Go and read it. Go and read it. That is more reason why he can't sign the LGBTQ bill. If you don't know, because there are some donors that he is soliciting for them, that they are sponsoring him. If you don't know, and you come and sit down and say, oh, yeah, before, I didn't to hold them. I don't think I'm withdraw. Even though we're not going to allow this thing to go scot-free, because we're going to hold some priests like Kofi Oduro and Duncan Williams, we're going to hold them responsible. Someone gave by the real senior one who would see a Kufu so. Even a Poka across there, and you're not breast and I deal with this thing. Come and see. One of when you and I'm up my day when you are your book, who said, young French and call an idea. Chroma, your work is here. At the age of 4 to 5, and nobody chill. Chroma. And then a whole former government business secretary. A whole former ambassador to US, Lord Mandison. Oh, you tell us guys what you did.
No, F-team.
Okay, I say, oh no, you gay, no, or what boy then were F-team. That's like only in the length. Yeah,
that's right.
I know, apologize. It's no, over Cantano, and Ghana Jeffrey Epstein, so then I know about 2 movies. A year, Jampo. Or became no more sharp on it down. Well, near Kenyan said, idea we one of when you and someone will come with positions there. When you buy a number of times, and the galam saying you, and then they work out with you. I didn't think that government business, there is a total of parliament, and Mama Yarega, no Omako year person.
Okay.
Why? Because you are gaining something from there. More person will say, and more prano. The person will say, oh, my dear, more from what the name ran on from Tonkoji. Then you money and none, and you will pass it for. Yet to us is here. Where an assistant you almost watch there, said in Nam Tamako. All of a sudden, you said in Nam Tamako. Now, Valentine down Mochino.
Undi. What's it? Say, Ambassador Neka.
Aha.
Ambassador Vitor.
No. The Bema Quasra or Castle Quasra Operata Yamananko. And yet on the 9th. Meanwhile, so also catching so much sending them on the 6th of January. 89 no one way have money. No for that idea now. Wow, these people are crooks. They are fraudsters. They are a bunch of gangsters. They are a bunch of vampires.
Lee, don't use West. Don't use West. You are on radio.
Oh,
no. Somebody no. They are government. A government in place. No, listen. Listen. Your conviction should not tell you what you should say in public. You have a conviction. You can accuse somebody. But when you use certain words that are detrimental to the person's over to me, I take you on. I know there. Froster, there wouldn't how frosters mean. Please don't do that. You disagree with all the words. You people are making your statement correct. Why do you have to add ingredient that will be unpalatable to the issue? And then I mean to myself, you are speaking well.
I want to spike it because I want to make it sweet.
No, you have said it already. So don't fight it. You have said
Valentine's Day. I won't say my thing.
Yes, I mean to us. It is for the. And I don't know. You say it as it is because people are listening to you. They want to know the importance of what
you're saying. Government in nature petrol any a one mobile petrol nyade domahamo you know ka and no ya ha se mo akoka e say so filling the tank e so nya V8 ni ade no filling ni ade next tell who is telling us the truth.
Okay,
you so work dey also me use
and now who use anade who use words na anade.
Oh, na
asema who can tie asema who can nya atem didie no aka ho no na be man go fat da bi tie who use words who use no so be use wo so a che nya ode. So that is why I don't want to use. That's why you should do better. Don't be use and use be. Don't do that.
We have crossed better. We know best.
That's what I'm saying. So you know best. Why do you want to do the same thing?
And I make a choice there. Acquire your key near friend Ajimu. You're getting 5 years. Oh, only said something up with deputy. Or no necessary. Tell them in your boy I can. Your money bill 500,000 Ghana cedis. And on my side that Yachi said in Tamakuru. You're the neighbor. And you're the neighbor we are. Now pay almost 60 plus pressing now for 2 operators. No, operator is not a convict. Operator is a suspect. And don't to me cannot them up and
Papa. Thank you very much. Hello. Emfa last call and empong na Lydia Udine chia over cancer no sa you were going na ya to agbe so time na so yenti nyumi na enko na e ma ye muso anope.
It's Joe Biden. I didn't mention me at 2 things. Give God praises. Then I go get that money, I gross and pay me. I know they talk much Gucci. And some for me damn fee. I'm crying and you did it. The bomb a burra on the low. Eh, Mentankasa, Sika and Pedede. I ran a bankasa, I want fair and Pedede. Eh, Mentankasa, Sika and Pedede. I ran a bankasa, I want fair and Pedede. Eh, Miaminia, on Fanya me, Medeme Huaba. Assembly, on Kosumka.
I don't have time for no fun. Yeah. Send me wasting the time, I feel yes time. Mama, many I know I'm a grown up days. One of my best enemies, I mean, that be why I've been working like a madman. Who shall man I was the last one? The last one. That's a Paula man, tell my best enemy come from. Yeah. Muntiemi, Papa, I'm to from Munsiemi. I'll still bounce back, don't day. You need me now, I was on Muntiemi. Yeah. Muntiemi, Papa, I'm to from Munsiemi. I'll still bounce back, don't day. You need me now, I was on Muntiemi.
Hey, Miaminia, on Fanya me, Medeme Huaba.
Papa, I'm to from Musiam. I'll still bounce back one day. You need me now, I saw me. What you Muntiam? Papa, I'm to from Musiam.